reporting to you in Nicaragua. To everyone who's part of Revival today, I want to say thank you for answering the prayers of hungry people all around the world throughout this year. Because of you, the ministry of Feed Their Hungry this year has just expanded to reach so many more hungry people around the world. We've seen about a 40% increase in our ministry activity. Because of you, millions are able to look up to heaven each and every day and thank God for food in their bellies and for food for their children. I'm in Nicaragua this week, and one particularly heartwarming story was a woman we met who is in a little village. She's part of the feeding, her kids are part of the feeding program, and in speaking with her, asked, "What does this food mean to you?" And she said, "You can never understand what this food means to my children and me." And I thought about that for a minute, and it's so true. We have no capacity to identify that kind of desperation and hunger. She said, "It used to be when I would put my children to sleep, they're crying. I'm a single mother. I put them to bed knowing that they would have nothing to eat the next day. And I just put them to bed on an empty stomach. And their stomach is painful and they're crying because of it." She said, "When the feeding center started and I saw the food there day after day, it gave me and it gave us hope." Thank you for giving hope to mothers, to children, to people in great need around the world. We've responded this year to the Ukraine war conflict with over 20 million pounds of food going into that region, into the hands of churches to give out daily bread to those that are praying for something to eat that day. We've responded in the United States with hurricane relief down in Florida, and right now, well over 425,000 children get to look up to heaven and taste and see that the Lord is good because of you.
And God will do two things tonight.
Y Dios va a hacer dos cosas.
That demon that's assigned to your life, He'll pick him up and throw him out of here.
Ese demonio que está asignado, Él lo recoge y lo
And then
avanza.
He'll minister His power to your body. I came to get this message to the people.
Yo vine a traer este mensaje a la
And
gente.
no devil in hell is going to stop it. But when you stand up straight with your shoulders back and have a clean look in your eye, the fire of God down in your spirit, and He sees that you know who you are, the devil will back off for free. I prophesy in the name of Jesus Christ, every demon spirit assigned to your life, it backs off for free today in the name of Jesus Christ.
Somebody ought to praise Him. Hey, my God is good. Everybody, let me see you jump. 1, 2. Come on. I see you, Nigeria, Australia, Kenya, Zambia. Are you ready? In the morning when I wake up, I will sing my praise to you, my Lord. And I will shout and dance to you. You have been my help from now till ever. Hey, my God is good.
My God is good.
God is good. Let's go. Come in the morning.
In the morning when I wake up, I will sing my praise to you, my Lord.
What you gonna do?
And I will dance, I will shout to you.
Hey!
For you have been my help to
Your money double, double. Hey, your business double, double. Hey, my God is good.
My God is good.
Say, hey, my God is good. Everybody, let's go. Hey, do what you want to. Do what you should do. Do what you want to. Do what you should do. Do what you want to. Do what you should do. Do what you want to. Let's go, Taramuka. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go, let's go. Taramuka, Taramuka. Hey, Taramuka, Taramuka. Hey, Nigeria, Taramuka. Hey, Kenya, Taramuka. Hey, Australia, Taramuka. Hey, Zimbabwe, Taramuka. Hey, Africa, Taramuka. Hey, somebody say,
You are good and your mercy is forever. Hallelujah. You are good and your mercy is forever. Hallelujah. Say you are good and your mercy is forever. Hallelujah. And you are good and your mercy is forever. Hallelujah.
sing Jehovah.
You are the most high.
Jehovah.
You are the most high God.
Waymaker.
You are the most high.
Joy bringer.
You are the most high God.
Deliverer. Hey, my Savior.
You are the most high God.
Jehovah.
You are the most high.
Jehovah. Are you ready?
Most high God.
Jehovah. 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 Hey, Jehovah. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I've got one question for you. Who has the final say? Say, who has the final say in your life? Say, who has the final say? Hey. Say, who has the final say? This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Jehovah turned my life around. Hey, He has turned my life around. He made a way where there is no way. Jehovah, Jehovah has the final say. Take it up, say, who has the final say? Say, who has the final say? One question, who has the final say in your life? Say, who has the final say? This one, Jehovah's son, Jehovah's. Hey.
Thank you, Brother Uche. Great job, Brother Uche. This is Jonathan Shuttlesworth, looking like a villain in a 1980s movie. Joined with unfortunately, my sister-in-law, Evangelist Griffiths. We will be celebrating Thanksgiving a day early today because Donaldson and I won't be around tomorrow. Dallas will be joining us shortly. We got the chair for her. What have you enjoyed most about these broadcasts so far?
How unexpected, to expect the unexpected. I didn't expect any of, I thought it was going to be a very serious tone. And so.
You did?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like we were going to do like services?
Yeah, I thought, well, initially
Even
that's
our
how it
services
started.
aren't that serious.
I know, but yesterday airing out of grievances, that was.
Glad to have everybody back. It's the Lone Wolf, Jonathan Shuttlesworth, with you. And great job to the media team.
Lone Wolf.
Great job to everybody. Shawnee, Culpepper, Nicole. I thought it would be easier. Giving continued, wow, up at $1 1/4. LaShonda, $50. Kelsey, $10 in Pittsburgh. Hercules, Taiwan, $5. 5 dongs.
Oh.
Jennifer, no, that's the currency. Jennifer, Katy, Texas, $10. Vietnam, the currency is the dong. To the pure, all things are pure, but to Magalis, everything's a filthy joke. Chanel, District Heights, Maryland, $85. Even Matea's laughing? Everyone lost their maturity? What the heck? Glad that you're here. Thank you for your giving. Well, I feel like we can crack 200,000 before Thanksgiving. Such generous people. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I want to talk a little politics because if they take our YouTube down, it'll be such a blessing because I won't have to do any more broadcasts. So I wanted to do a reaction to the midterms, which I'm going to be doing on Daystar. I'm going to shoot me in Ghana. Leave for Ghana tomorrow. I'll be shooting at Daystar on Monday in Dallas, Texas, which is nowhere near Accra, Ghana.
Nah.
And I want to.
It's going to be amazing.
I want to play a clip that's basically going to summarize how I feel a lot of people feel after the midterms with the Republican Party. Sylvester Stallone?
Yes.
This is his brother, Frank Stallone.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
And it's just, I heard, I think it was Bishop T.D. Jakes a while back. He said in marriage, as long as you're fighting, there's hope for the marriage. People think their marriage is over because they're fighting with each other, but he's like, it's actually when you stop fighting.
Yeah.
Because you just don't care.
True.
And Frank Stallone, when he gives his take, he lives in California. He's a Republican, which is not the career path up in California. So after these midterms, he's just so done. But there's a little language. So if you have children in the room, and or you don't want to hear cursing, we didn't have time to edit it up. And it's not a lot, but it is. And I felt like when I watched this, it was cathartic because it was like put into exact words minus the little bit of colorful language, how I feel. So go ahead and put Frank up and me and Mags will watch.
Good morning, everybody. I've been off there for a while. I've decided, as we're speaking now, I have people in my house organizing to leave California. When Karen Bass got elected, I said, okay, same old, same old. She's going to do what she's done for 30 years, nothing. Crime is going to get bad, homelessness is going to get worse. I'm so disappointed in the people of California.
Pause it.
That what was a...
That disappointed, when he says disappointed, it's like
it was coming from his body.
And I don't know about you, but that would always cut me more growing up. When your mom or dad would like flip out.
Right.
It was like one thing, another thing. I'm so disappointed. Where it was just like emotionless and calm. I've heard that twice this week from my parents. I'm 42. Anyway, continue.
Beautiful state is now in ruin. It's over. Game over. So for the last few days I've been away, I've had people in my house organizing, cleaning, getting stuff in storage, because I'm out of there. I'm leaving the Republican Party because I don't like being around losers, people that can't win, that just talk and talk and talk and talk and do nothing. Okay? Very proud of Ron DeSantis. I wish former President Trump would kind of back off a little bit on him. I think he's a good man. And so I'm looking at new locales. I'm here in Oklahoma. I love the people. So I'm going to be looking at a few cities, maybe Tulsa, maybe Charleston, South Carolina, Gulf Shores, Alabama, Birmingham, stuff like that. I want to be around nice people. I'm getting to an age where it's just, see? I even got up earlier than my stupid ass alarm. So I just had such a great time here. I feel I feel very comfortable around like-minded people. And also, when I was going to leave the Republican Party, I went and checked, and they had me listed as a Democrat. Now, folks, I will go on a stack of Bibles on everyone's life. I am not a Democrat, and the last time I voted Democrat was 1976, other than Rick Caruso. So that is gospel. So it just shows you I'm on TV. Everyone knows I'm a Republican. I was a Republican. But they have me listed as a Democrat. So it just shows you how crooked it is. So if you honestly believe that Kerry Lake lost, and you honestly believe Rick Caruso lost, then you really deserve what you get, and you're going to get it. Crime is going to go through the ceiling. Homelessness is going to go through the ceiling. We have this moron as a DA. We got a moron as a governor. So just think about this year when you put together Pennsylvania, where I lived for many years. You put a guy in that's basically fucking brain dead. Okay? Basically. A guy wearing a hoodie with sleeve tattoos that can't even tell you why he wants to be governor, and he says, goodbye, thank you. This is going to run your country. I mean, your state. Okay? You got Karen Bass, who's done nothing. Kathy Hochul, a 0 against Lee Zeldin, lieutenant colonel in the Army, combat veteran, lawyer. You pick her. And she wants, what's the big deal about crime? Well, it's going to be a big deal when it happens to you. Okay? So I'm just fed up. This will probably be my last talk on anything like this. I will vote for President Trump if he runs, for sure.
A couple of the places he said he's looking at living, and I know we have people watching from everywhere, so I'm not looking to put anybody off. I've never been to Gulf Shores, Alabama, but I've never heard that mentioned as a place that somebody like selling their home in California would like to move to.
I've been to Orange, Alabama. It's beautiful. There's really not much there.
Where's Gulf Shores?
I don't know. I mean, it should be. There's really only.
Media team, can we pull some pictures of Gulf Shores, Alabama? And
near it.
I would just like to see, where was the other place he mentioned that I was like surprised? Tulsa, I can see if you want to be around other like red people. I can see being sick of California people if you're right wing, and then it would just be like refreshing where you can like openly talk about things.
About the dichotomy between like Alabama and California. That's shocking.
Talk about the dichotomy between Alabama and anywhere.
Joe.
I've never felt more of a cultural difference, including when I went to India. I'm serious.
Which I have photos of India.
All right. And then, wait, this makes me laugh because I've lost my temper a few times. I'm not proud of that. And sometimes when you get wound up, you just start jumping from subject to subject that you're like angry about.
All right, show us.
Wait, can you show Gulf Shores without messing the video up? Or you want to wait till the video's over? They can show it? All right, let's take a look. Wow, you guys are quick up there. All right. Well, at sunset, where isn't nice? What else? That's it. You got 2 pictures of Gulf Shores. I don't know. Let me see that first picture again.
I think the Gulf Shores is Orange Beach.
Oh, why were you there?
It was the prior administration that I worked for.
James Levesque.
And they had meetings in Alabama. And then one of the days they went to a crawfish, and it was in Orange Beach, and we actually stayed like
I'm not ignoring you.
I don't think I remember exactly where we stayed, but it had the most amazing view of the Gulf. It was so absolutely stunning there. But people are really, really kind and sweet. I don't know.
I'll tell you another thing. Well, we're just
don't talk about Louisiana though.
All right, I see where it is. It's right on the border of Florida. like on the panhandle of Florida. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I'll tell you one thing while we're just filling 4 hours. I've never understood why some states have nice beaches and others don't. Like, if you look on the map, Alabama has not hardly any coastline, and they've got a bunch of beach resorts and stuff. And then you got Georgia, that the whole side of the state borders the ocean. And who have you ever heard of go to a beach in Georgia?
Yeah,
I don't even know any. And same with Texas.
Yeah.
Texas has a ton, and there's none except that hellhole South Padre Island for spring break.
Yeah.
Where I had that
Louisiana?
lady sue me.
Louisiana doesn't have any good beaches.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all on the water. Weird.
Marshy. I don't know. Alligator. I don't know.
But I mean, look how much Texas has.
But yeah, but Alabama, that was beautiful.
And even if you ask people in Texas, they're like, no, I don't go to the beach here. And it's Georgia. Texas
Right,
and Georgia.
yeah.
Get your beach situation figured out. Today is not, in the morning, we're not going to give thanks. We're going to just friggin' correct some things. And things number 1 and 2 are Georgia and Texas sorting out their beach situation. Louisiana, you're off the hook because you're the nicest people in world history. All right, so anyway, Frank Stallone airing the Republican thing. How do you feel in the comments? Like, you can relate? Is he expressing? Gina said, isn't Georgia a Delta area? What does that mean? You talking like Delta Airlines? Or you mean geographically?
I think it's like a
Like a
delta.
river
It would
delta?
be like a, right. It's just where the delta is where the rivers kind of.
Yeah, but we're talking about the
Go into.
ocean.
Yeah, but so I don't know. I don't know. I think my gut is that Louisiana doesn't have any beaches because it's so marshy.
I feel like Gina got one of those increasing your word power, and the word you had to use today was Delta. All right, so now he's wound up about the Republicans, and he's going to just switch and start talking about, stop messaging him about his brother's television show. Continue.
Trump if he runs, for sure. But I'm done. You know what? I've put my career at risk. I've tried. I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but I do have common sense. I've tried, and I just find it impossible that you can be so fucking stupid to just keep voting on party lines when your city is going to the ground. Crime is going to raise. And we're talking Chicago, we're talking Portland, we're talking New York. If you think it's going to get better, you're absolutely crazy because they got what they wanted. They fixed the elections. Believe me, they fixed the elections. If they didn't fix the elections, we go back to paper ballots, election day. So by the end of the night, you know who's the president or the governor or whatever the senator is. You will know. But no, let's do it a month ahead of time, which is useless. Why? You have 4 years. You can't figure out 15, 20 minutes out of 4 years when you can go vote in person. So my thing would be voter registration card. You can't vote unless you...
Just remember, the Republicans were in on that too. The Republicans were the one that passed the laws for mail-in voting in Arizona because they would get a lot of old people voting for them, and they wanted to make it easy on them, just like Democrats want people in the inner city that don't have cars or have warrants out for their arrest to be able to vote for them without having to come in person. So, you know, the Arizona thing was not Democrats. How many of you in the comments feel like he's like putting into words exactly how you felt after the election? Continue.
Unless you can show 5 years of tax returns or even more, because you don't deserve to vote. Show me what you've put in the pot. So I'm going to leave the party. I'm not going to really talk much about politics anymore because it doesn't matter. I'm digging myself in a hole, ruining my career. What career I have left. And all I want to do is help. All I want to do is help. People not getting raped, not getting robbed, people going in stealing $900 worth of merchant goods. It's going to get worse. So I'm packing a lunch. And for what I'm going to sell my place for and what I can get, I'm going to have a lot of money left over. And I'm going to have a beautiful home with nice people where, people are able to speak their mind and and not have their careers ruined and stuff like that. So I've had it. So... And another thing, folks, please don't take this the wrong way.
Here we go.
I love my brother. We're very, very close. But stop fucking texting me messages saying, Tulsa King, text him. He's the one that's doing all the great work. I have nothing to do with Tulsa King. So I don't need that. You know, it just clogs up my stuff. I don't need it. I'm very proud of him. He's got a hit. I hope it runs for years, but I have nothing to do with it. So why are you texting me, sending me pictures? I know it all. He's my brother. You're not sending me anything I don't know or that's new to me, okay?
Airing
so please don't do that. Just, I mean, if I appreciate the compliments, but you're preaching to the choir here. You know what I mean? I have nothing to do with Tulsa King. Zero. So give the compliments and the praise where it's due to him. You know, he's got his Instagram. Do that. Don't do it to me. What am I supposed to say? Oh, great. Like you know? So let's not be stupid, okay? So anyway, I'm signing off. I'm having a great time, as you can see. I'm around like-minded people. I'm really having a blast.
I don't know.
And I'm really dreading going back to California because I really hate it. I don't like the politics. I don't like the thieving. I don't like the stealing. I don't like it. So God bless you all. And I'll probably go online, maybe doing things that I should be doing, playing my music, telling jokes, fishing, hunting, or something. But to get on a soapbox for these people and put my career in jeopardy, I'm not doing it anymore. But I will vote for Donald Trump. God bless you, and I'll see you later.
Wow.
Thoughts?
Yeah,
Immediate
he's
reaction.
frustrated. He's frustrated. I mean, but I don't. Yeah, I think everybody kind of sort of feels like that. But I mean, the resolve isn't to just give up and stop voting.
No.
So
I'm
wondering,
is the resolve? Because I don't agree with my dad. Like when my dad posted that thing online that God's in control and Christians shouldn't, he never said get involved, but he said they shouldn't worry, which obviously Christians shouldn't worry about anything. But I don't believe you just leave politics to God. I don't believe that has any, because if everything's about God's will for the church, then why is the Syrian church in much different shape than the American church or the Canadian church than the American church? If you have a representative government, you should take advantage of it. However, I just, I've thought of it like this. Let's say we did get 235 Republican House seats and 53 Senate seats. Does that put us in better shape?
Right.
Is the GOP worth throwing your weight behind as a minister of the gospel?
Right.
When they investigated ministers for how they were spending their money, you remember back 2007, Creflo Dollar, Kenneth Copeland, and then they were going after 8 high-profile people, and then there was 100 more they were going to go after that.
Yeah.
That was Chuck Grassley that launched the investigation, GOP.
Right. No, I don't think that you should invest in a party per se, but you should definitely get involved and see where see where they stand on policy. You don't just throw in the towel, because the church is also the restrainer. So you have to be involved in some sort of level of politics. 1, 2, I think with COVID, we understood that, we had a huge say, in how far the agenda unraveled.
The judicial appointments matter a lot.
Judicial appointments, but then even what we also learned was who we appoint as sheriff far outweighs who the governor is.
That's right.
So you can't just throw in the towel and just be like, I give up on each party. I'm an independent. But you got to get involved in at least knowing where they stand on policy.
Yeah, I agree. It's just some of the people on their policy, really, I don't know, Oz and Fetterman, it's like...
What was Oz going to do?
I'm going to celebrate that Oz beat Fetterman. Yeah, we won. We prayed and God's hand.
Right. Oz was such a bizarre candidate, too.
He was.
Where was he even from? I think he just recently moved to PA to be able
New Jersey or New York?
It just such a strange... He never really had any policy
Istanbul.
either. Yeah.
I can't just like Mitch McConnell. I talked with him in his office. He doesn't give a crap about the church. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
He didn't want to talk about it. He shuttled us out of the office as soon as we were done. Now, if you're in Florida and you have somebody like Ron DeSantis, that's another story.
For sure.
But just because they put Republican in front of somebody,
yeah.
I feel the same way I'm like, railing on how Democrats use black people and don't do anything for them.
Yeah.
And use inner city people and don't do anything for them. If someone was like, listen, Jonathan, how can you not see that the GOP uses the church and doesn't do anything for you guys? How would you argue back the other way?
Without a doubt.
Because Trump, and you can't use Trump because they didn't want him.
Right.
When it looked like he was going to win the Republican nomination, 72 politicians, Republican and Democrat, flew in on private jets to figure out how to stop him.
Yeah, that's
that was
right.
like 2015. So who did the GOP give us? They gave us Bob Dole, who got his rear end kicked in the election.
Yep.
McCain.
Romney.
Who did they want instead of Trump?
Yeah.
Jeb Bush.
Yeah.
Who would have got destroyed in the election.
Without a doubt.
Hillary Clinton. They serve us up losers. That was the thing when Frank Stallone said the Republicans are a bunch of losers who just talk and talk and talk and don't mind and don't do anything and like enjoy losing. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Oh, for
It's almost
sure.
like they want to lose and they go, we must stop Pelosi. They don't have like an agenda going forward. Like, what are you going to do? Everything was about Biden's economy. Look what Biden's doing to the economy. No kidding. What's your plan? Yeah. Like, you can't tell me the Republicans wouldn't have cleaned up if they said, like, listen, if you give us a House and Senate, we have this legislation ready to go.
Right,
Well,
yeah.
we're going to finish the Keystone XL pipeline.
Right.
We're going to get natural gas and oil turned on in the country now. They would have raked.
For
they
sure.
have no agenda. Even the overturn of Roe versus Wade, they were ashamed of because they didn't like the timing of it. They had nothing to do with that.
For sure.
Let's go, since it's kind of like morning check the news, let's go with the rest of the stuff I sent in. I haven't looked at any of this stuff yet. This is Elon Musk, who's just been a friggin' gem on Twitter.
He
found a bunch of hashtag stay woke t-shirts at Twitter headquarters. Roll it.
Wow.
Roll it, question mark? Oh, computer froze, so they can't play anything right now. Give it a second. Giving it a second.
Yeah, no, it is true. But you don't just give up. You don't throw in the towel. You don't just say, hey, because I mean, that's what.
But yes, but then, okay, so then if I'm not going to throw in the towel, what am I supposed to do? I don't have time, and it's not my calling to get involved in GOP leadership to slap some heads around about who their nominees are.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess, but you still. So what do? You just let the Democrats continue to meddle with the.
That Scott
With the
Pressler guy.
elections?
Did you see what that Scott Pressler guy tweeted about what he's going to do? He said, "I've worked." You know what he's done, right? That guy Scott Pressler, gay guy, long hair.
Yes.
He did those city cleanups. Then he started doing Republican voter registration.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm not doing Republican voter registration anymore. I'm going to become the greatest ballot harvester there ever was. So in other words, like what the Democrats do, okay, if that's legal now, I'm gonna beat them at their own game.
Wow.
And I read someone tweet that with the new election laws, it's not like how are people not debating anymore? Because it's actually not even a persuasion game anymore.
No, it's not.
It's who can run the best ballot collection operation.
For sure.
So the Republicans, you either need to make it illegal, or if it's going to be legal in your state, then you need to do it so well that the Democrats try to make it illegal.
For sure.
Back
wow,
up.
that was
Go ahead.
really interesting.
Here we are at the merch thing, and there's an entire closet full of
secret closet
of hashtag woke t-shirts.
Left it all behind.
What do we got? What else we got? Okay, this is interesting. I'd like to get your thoughts on this. National Republican primary. These are polls. Obviously, the poll. I don't know how much you trust the polls, but it has Trump at 45%, DeSantis, and then no one else. And you can't tell me anybody's voting for Mike Pence.
No.
If I never saw the guy again, I'd be happy. Well, giving still climbing. Thanks, guys. Ted Cruz, hang it up. Mitt Romney, go away.
Mitt Romney
Haley, get lost. Liz Cheney? Would they run the poll in her yard? She couldn't even win her state.
No kidding.
Rubio, get lost. Pompeo, also get lost. Christie, Nome. Stage is too big for you, though. In a different life, I wish I could have found a way to marry you. Christie, 0%. Christie definitely could win the presidency if it was a hot dog eating competition. T. Scott, 0%. Hogan in Maryland, get lost. And Rick Scott, 0%. So it's Trump and DeSantis. Yeah. Now, let's talk about this for a while, and I would love to get people's thoughts in the comments. For whatever reason, and I did a video, I did a Instagram live on it that I was like done. Trump was ticking me off. I thought after DeSantis' strong performance in Florida that he was the guy to back, and Trump was getting old. And then for whatever reason, there was like an energy shift, not to talk New Age, but there was like an energy shift 10 days later where it was like, no, Trump's going to make one more run, obviously. DeSantis probably shouldn't get in his way, and let him with a full head of steam, see what he's got one more time, and then DeSantis go in 2028. And one tweet that I read that kind of changed my mind, giving still going up, insane. Thank you guys. They said, I'm going to mess it up, but it was a political analyst that I like, and they wrote, anybody that thinks because DeSantis had a strong showing he should run for president, I have two words for you. Scott, and the establishment likes you, Scott Walker. So you remember, he was that governor from like Wisconsin that ran when Trump was running in 2016, and like he's nowhere now.
Wow.
Because, yeah, like you're popular in your state, but governor is a small stage. It's a bigger stage than it used to be, but you aren't like in Trump's stratosphere. You know what I mean?
No, and I think that that's where you have to kind of, you have to compare the two. I think DeSantis is definitely popular because of how he handled COVID. Those were some of the hardest years, and we saw his leadership flourish.
Yeah, he never wavered.
Never wavered.
Joanne said, love the look, Pastor Jay. You drunk, Joanne? Drunk at 9:45 in the morning? Shame on you. Continue.
And so we never saw, we saw kind of with when Trump was in office, when this whole thing hit, it was just, he was nowhere to be found. He put people in place that wrecked the whole country. So there was a couple of initial things that he did in his leadership where he closed the border to China, and he got under a ton of scrutiny for that kind of stuff, but never really showed that he was in power, if that makes any sense.
Oh, no.
Like DeSantis was...
It's not only that, though. Like
he's leading.
I would give Trump a pass if he made, he's the one that platformed Fauci.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And then they ask him about it again now. Like, it's one thing if he did all that then and then you get an apology. But to say I would have done everything the same and no, I wouldn't have, I would have still put Fauci up. That's hard for me.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because that's what lost you the 2020 election.
Yes.
Justin Hart tweeted that. The day Justin Hart tweeted on March 30th when Trump extended it, I might be off by a day or two. He wrote, and Trump has just lost the 2020 election. For sure. By extending the lockdown.
Yeah.
And then you don't see any error in your ways. And you appointed, Attorney General Barr just came out today that they should not put Trump in power. He'll burn the whole house down. Right. Which he doesn't understand that actually would make Trump more popular. For sure. But everybody he put in backstabbed him.
Oh, for sure.
He doesn't see that.
So how are you going to vet that doesn't happen again? And he can't.
And
so that's where it's a little shady. But at the same time, he does have the opportunity to run the country for another 4 years, and then buy us an additional 4 years if he ends up taking over. Because I definitely believe DeSantis will be one of the front runners after he takes a go at it.
So what's your take on it? Like, how do you think 2024 should shape up?
I honestly don't even know. I go back and forth because I do love DeSantis's leadership skills. I love that he surrounds himself with the right people. And then Trump hasn't learned any of his lessons.
He hired one of our guests from Check the News.
I know.
As his main advisor for COVID.
Absolutely. And that, he made him shine.
He got it.
He did. And then Trump just says stupid things.
He challenged Disney. Disney just replaced their CEO.
That's right. Bob Iger's back in. Yeah,
and it was
for
supposed
sure.
to be the other way around. Oh,
Yeah.
DeSantis picked the wrong fight. He's done now.
Without a doubt.
He beat Disney.
Correct. So he's had victories, and his strategy is so wonderful, which is never to back down. But then Trump is just picking fights and Ron DeSanctimonious. It's like, shut up
how
already.
about Glenn Youngkin, whose last name sounds Chinese, right? You saw him tweet that?
No.
Youngkin. Like,
just like stupid, like just dumb.
and I like insults.
Yeah, I know,
And
but it's
even
just
me,
like,
it's like,
just enough.
yeah, like at least like, why are you attacking guys that did really well as Glenn Youngkin swung Virginia with a great campaign about putting parents back in
Without a
public
doubt.
schools.
So why are you picking fights with people that you're gonna need in the 4 years that you're hopefully gonna come back into office? But that's what I mean. I don't know. So it's gonna be how well he can run the campaign, because I don't know. But I don't know also that DeSantis will run
I don't think he will.
2024. So then that makes it an easy kind of
And
choice.
he should be careful, because the GOP establishment backing you is a kiss of death. They suck.
They do suck. But if he makes more strides in the next 4 years as governor, implementing, whatever whatever he's doing is working.
I don't know what more strides he can make. Did you know that for the first time since Reconstruction after the Civil War, Florida has no statewide Democrat politician serving in any capacity? If I had the list, Miami is plus 0.2 Republican, which would basically be the equivalent of swinging Philly Republican. Tampa's plus 18 Republican.
Oh my!
That's a major city. That's one of the 10 biggest cities in the country now.
And growing, yeah.
Yeah, plus 18. There used to be no Republican cities in the entire country except Jacksonville, Florida. And it wasn't like Tampa was a little Democrat.
Right.
Their entire city council got deposed, that were giving Rodney a hard time.
No way.
And all that, and trying to get him to mask up for charity. They're all gone and replaced with Republicans.
Bye-bye.
So Florida's like red on every level. I don't know what more DeSantis could do to win. And I've never seen a politician like him. I've never seen a politician never waver.
Yeah.
He never backed down, just kept going stronger. It was never like, I want to do this, and like Kristi Noem would, and then like you get the media heat, and it's like you kind of just go silent.
Oh yeah.
I like him a lot, but then there's, what's the point of even get like discussing it or getting worked up about it? Because if Trump's going to run, he would beat DeSantis at this point. And even like Frank Stallone said, like he's like, I'm done with politics. Obviously, I'll back Trump if Trump runs against Biden. Obviously, you're going to back him, whatever problems you have. Like, I'd like to, as anti-Trump as Justin Hart wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal about, because Trump locked down, I can't like support him as the nominee for Republican. But like, you're going to tell me that if it comes down to Trump and Biden, you're not going to vote Trump? Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing I always hated. Like, people isolate one candidate. It's like what all of us had to deal with in 2016 and 2020. Oh, you're going to vote for Trump? How can an evangelical vote for somebody that's had multiple affairs?
Right.
Well, they're not running against Jesus.
Right.
They're running against Hillary. So let's talk about her.
Yeah.
You can isolate anybody and turn them into the devil, but they're running against another person. So all the problems you have with Trump and all the clear weaknesses that he has. Weakness number one being not listening to anyone that doesn't kiss up to him.
That's right. Yeah.
All those weaknesses, you're still going to vote for him. So what's the point of getting all worked up?
Right.
He is who he is.
Sure.
There's no better alternatives other than maybe DeSantis, but I don't think DeSantis has the heat, as they say in Hollywood, to be able to overtake him at this point if they ran in the primary, as that poll shows. Let me see the poll again. 45-30. And again, who knows how accurate those polls are, because those were all the ones that were showing the red wave. While we're on the subject, what other thing was I going to ask?
I bet Carrie Lake would be on DeSantis level if she gets in.
She hasn't even won Arizona.
I know, if she gets in.
But I mean, how strong is she? See, like,
Well, I mean, she's not backing down. So I guess
No, but you have to like. This is a thing that conservatives would do well to do. Is you know, just like Democrats live in a Democrat bubble. That's why they could not believe Trump won in 2016. Whereas we, you know, if you were us, you knew he had an outside chance. You know, Carrie Lake, yeah, we like her, but like she's not even strong enough to win red Arizona outright. So I agree. I like her a lot.
But did she not win, or was it foul play?
Well, actually, there's an article.
At least, you know, she got Harmeet Dillon and a ton of lawyers.
A third county is refusing to certify the election today in Arizona.
Right.
Get the article up if you would. Let's read it.
So, she's no wallflower, that's for sure.
A third county is suspending the certification of Arizona's state election out of solidarity. Let's read it. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. I know what it is. I know there's waterfall, a beautiful waterfall there. Guys, if you could, well, man, lots of people giving with no one asking them to. If you guys can, that YAVAPAI, there's a thing called That Falls. Get a picture while I'm having you look at geographical locations. Get that, and we'll look at that after the article because that's the only thing I know. Oh, no, it's Havasu. HAVASU, but it's in that county. A third Arizona county has joined in solidarity with Mojave and Cochise counties in delaying the certification, which, by the way, that's a lot of counties in Arizona because Arizona has next to no counties. There's like 7 huge counties.
Right.
Yavapai will hold off on certifying the election until November 28th, the county recorder confirmed on Twitter.
Okay.
Is there more? There may not be more. The board is scheduled to canvass the election on Monday, November 28th, the recorder noted. The response was to Arizona reporter Jen Fifield, who noted that she did not see a special meeting posted yet to discuss certification. While there were rumors that Gila County was joining the trio in delaying certification, Fifield reported that it had already certified the election. Huh. So is there any more? So Cochise County discussed the election results on Friday. The supervisors decided not to vote and discuss again on November 28th. Many public speakers told supervisors the vote counting machines weren't properly certified, but state elections director testified they were. Who the state elections director is Katie Hobbs's crew.
Which I know
how
Carrie
can
Lake just
that
posted
common
something
sense
where-
thing not be illegal? That's too late now. But how can, if you're the state secretary in charge of the elections, how are you allowed to run for office while still being in the office that's in
Without a
charge
doubt.
of certifying your own election?
Yes.
There was a discussion on social media about if Gila County, turns out they already have. Continue. Any more? We read that. There are 15 counties. All right, so I was off by half. There are 15 counties in Arizona. Oh, let's keep going. 8 more slides. There's the counties.
Katie Hobbs certifying her own election is like Charles Manson being the head of the parole board.
It's not, that's true, actually. Let me see that up close. I want to see all the counties in
That was Carrie Lake.
Arizona. 15 beautiful counties.
Oh, gosh. But the majority of the population is where? Maricopa?
Oh, yeah, all of them. That's where Phoenix and Scottsdale and all that is. And then,
I know we should have known that. We've driven.
in Cocosino,
State
like
enough.
the middle of the Cocosino, Gila, a little, and then
Have you ever been to Santa Cruz?
that county. I've never been south of Scottsdale and Phoenix. I've never gone to Tucson or down close to the border.
I wonder what that's like.
Well, you guys have. You went to you and Adonis went to Tucson, to the Ritz-Carlton.
Oh, that's right.
How was it?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
I kind of stay away from the Mexican border because I don't like getting beheaded.
Did you hear they found up 52 bodies in bags in I can't remember where it was, but it was 52 they exhumed 52 bodies in bags. It reminded me of that movie.
Sicario. When are they coming out? Any word on when the third Sicario's coming out?
There's a third one coming out?
Yes. Oh. You liked 1 and 2?
I don't even like movies. I can't stay awake from
those
movies.
Those might be my two. They might have surpassed Godfather.
you can't like
Benicio
the
del
first
Toro's
2
best
seconds
work.
of watching, you're like this, and then that's
And it's real. I can't believe that movie was allowed to be made.
I know
Because
it's
it
wild.
shows the CIA overseeing.
Yeah,
You know what I
the
just
drug
read?
cartel.
I read this week is that the DEA is the agency that goes after the drug people who have fallen out of favor with the CIA. I don't know. I'm not saying it's true, but that's what I read. And after
seems like
watching,
it's true.
it's my Sicario-based understanding that may be true. All right, continue. Riveting programming as we go through the counties of Arizona. Continue. I almost put myself to sleep on my own broadcast. Just in, Mojave County has voted to delay certification of election results until November 28th. Board of Supervisors member says it is a political statement of solidarity with other counties that have delayed certification. Mojave County has voted to... Okay, that's the exact same thing. Dr. Kelly Ward commented on the news in a Twitter post. Continue. Voters in all rural counties in Arizona are being disenfranchised by Maricopa County's incompetence malfeasance. I'm happy to see that my county, Mojave, voted to delay certification. Dr. Kelly Ward, one of the useless election challengers. And again, I don't know why I'm trying to make enemies with people who I probably could be friends with.
Kelly. Who's the doctor that Victory. Is she back on Twitter?
No, I haven't seen her, and I don't hear from her. She got banned on everything.
She did, yes.
I texted her out of the blue just to make sure she was like all right, but then she doesn't really like keep in touch. I guess these aren't things I need to say publicly. Not that we were like best buds or anything. I don't want people to think I just like use them for check the news and don't actually care. Continue. Voters in all rural counties in Arizona. We read that. Geez, that's the third posting of the same quote in an article. Whoever wrote this should be shamed. Carrie Lake recently posted a brand new campaign. Let me just tell you, I'm done with this article. Only because I don't feel like reading. Let me just tell you, Carrie Lake-wise, okay, I'm a preacher. I'm not a politician. So I can say things like, if you don't like this, then you should find another church. But if you're a politician, you have to be kind of a politician.
Yeah, for sure.
So the week of the election, for her to say, anyone who supported John McCain, I don't want them voting for me, that I would put more blame on that than I would on whatever election problems there were in Arizona, personally. Because that turns off. It's like if I was running for office in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Do I like, what's his face, Dick Cheney? No. Do I like Liz Cheney? No. Would it be the wisest thing in their state? Like, if you like Dick and Liz Cheney, I don't even want you voting for me. Basically, the country's 50% Democrat, 50% Republican. So if you start doing things to chip away at the Republican base, or someone, I don't like John McCain,
right?
But he's a hero in Arizona.
Yeah.
He's from their state. He's a POW. Not everybody's like a high information voter. Like, but he was a globalist and a war. No, he's from our state. I walked my dog and saw him one time.
Without a doubt.
So you start taking shots. It'd be like me taking shots at Mario Lemieux in Pittsburgh as a politician or whatever. Someone as a preacher to take a couple shots at Billy Graham before I preach.
Right.
You're fighting a losing battle for no reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not just do the political thing? Like as a preacher, you speak the truth. As a politician, you have to do what they do, which is like, how do you feel about Liz Cheney? I had lunch with her one time. She was very pleasant to be around. You just find a way to not cut people off.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I get older, I'm doing say there's a minister I don't care for, and I'm going to take like a veiled shot at them. There's people who follow me that also like that minister.
Right.
So why do it?
Right.
It's not my job to make Christianity the way I want it to be and get rid of all the people who I don't think should be in it.
Without a doubt. Or it's like talking about the Catholic Church when it's a predominantly Catholic area.
Or in general, there's Catholics everywhere.
It is an art. It is an art to be able to persuade people, and I mean, I don't know that cost her the election though. I don't think so, because I think she's so,
As of now, it cost her the election.
Well, I mean, as of now, there was,
Think of it. If that shot at McCain cost her 2,000 votes, it cost her the election.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Look at the giving. Manuel, Port St. Lucie, Florida. Good place to be today. $50. Joel and Maritza Grover. Sorry, I didn't mean to read your last name. Locust Grove, Georgia. You guys are in Locust Grove, Georgia? Last I knew you were in New Jersey. What the H happened? $10. Christopher, Apopka, Florida. $50. Love you. Joseph, $27.50. Very specific seed. Martin, thank you. Martin and Giget, Giget, Giget.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the amount?
$84.
$84, thank you.
Indiana.
Doug, Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, $605. Wow. Wisdom, Deckerville, Michigan, $100. Letitia, $84. Brenda, Johannesburg, $13. But remember, that's at a 15-to-1 exchange rate. So she basically gave like $1,000. Thomas, Midland, Georgia, $84. Corey and Lindsay, I don't think they'd mind reading. Childs, Columbus, Georgia, $84. Love you guys. Max in Ridgefield, Washington. How many Russians live in Washington State? There's a ton of Russians up there. $100. Thank you for this. Privyet, comrade. Rhoda in Poach. Why can't I read? I feel like Joe Biden at a press conference. Potrero, California. Potrero. I'm very sorry. $100. Sorry for butchering your state. Sharon in Siloam Springs, Arkansas. $10. I don't know what's happening.
Sound it out.
Melissa, Moon Township.
Yeah.
$300. Love you, Melissa, and your husband. You guys are awesome. Marisol, Belleville, New Jersey, decides to one-up the previous $400. Monica, Tomball, Texas, $10. Andrew in Jacksonville, Florida, $30. Thank you for your giving. Again, today, even though I haven't even announced anything about giving. Did I read these? There's a ton of these. These might be from last night. No, I don't think they are. Are these new? Jeez. Mags, since my reading skills have vacated me, why don't you do this?
Wow, there's a lot. All right. Kathy from Wichita, Kansas, $150. James from Sebastian, Florida, $7. Wait, did Rhonda? Are you sure you haven't read these? $100?
Let me see.
No, this is a new name. Esbeldi, Sherman, Texas, $500. Carmina from Chula Vista, California, $100.
I know her and her husband.
Yeah?
They're originally from Philadelphia. Great people.
Roger from Riverside, California, $100. Alexander and Vanessa from Spring, Texas, $7.38. Jennifer from Katy, Texas, $10. Jessica, Hobbs, New Mexico, $500.
I'll be in Hobbs in
December.
December what?
December the...
I have a lot of meetings left for there only being 5 weeks left in the year. And I'm in Georgia soon, right?
Yes.
Locust
so
Grove?
We'll have Locust Grove.
Choose Life, December 11th through the 16th.
Yep, there you go. Locust Grove is December 9th.
No, you got to add. We're also doing 10:30, I think. Not that you got to add it right now, but we're going to do morning and evening. It's going to be the greatest week in New Mexican history.
Wow, you're doing midday services.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm going to start doing them more.
The
And then I'm in like Locust Grove.
What was it? What was in the tacos? It was onion, cilantro, and what was it?
Whatever.
From that taco stand. What was the meat? Was it just like a? Was it pork?
You picked the meat.
I can't remember what meat it was that I got.
There was pork. There was steak. There's tongue.
Yeah.
Abundant Life Church, Locust Grove, Georgia, December 9th and 10th.
That's a great piece of art right there.
Look at that smug, punchable face.
All right.
I don't even like looking at my face this early in the morning. My mirror at home shattered from punching my reflection in the face. That's how you know you're battling crippling depression.
Timothy and Carla from East Petersburg, Pennsylvania, $100. Sabrina, Miss Sabrina from Golden Oak, Florida, $1,000. We love you, Miss Sabrina.
That's the
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. You are dearly missed. I can't wait to see you. James, Coalinga, California, $25. Craig from Colmar, Pennsylvania, $84. Trisha, Arlington, Texas, $84. Larry, again, Hobbs, New Mexico, in the house, $1,000. Yvonne Hobbs, $30. Anonymous, $30. Christopher from...
Sorry, Miss Anonymous.
I know, right? Christopher from Siren Fields, Massachusetts. I've never even knew that Siren Field. Look at that. Never even...
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Massachusetts.
Sounds like a fake place.
Yeah, it does. $20. Jamie from Whitman, Arizona, $170. Betty. I love that name, Betty.
Yeah.
San Angelo, Texas.
I think it's
$50.
a stupid name.
It's not.
No, I'm kidding.
Heather from Hobbs, New Mexico, $50. Steven from Show Low, Arizona. Show Low.
How about like
$30.
when you do Christian broadcasting, you're supposed to kind things. Me and Pastor Rodney were doing those TV broadcasts, and people were calling it giving. We were just like roasting where they're from. Anyone that called in from Nigeria, Pastor Rodney was thanking them for giving their part of their scam money to the whole country. Like, do you know how offensive that is? We're like mocking where people lived and all that stuff. People just kept giving. It's like roast giving. Anyway, I'm sending my book that I'm very proud of. I know you're not supposed to be proud. God hates it, but I'm a little proud. Which a little sin is still bad. I'm pleased. I'm very pleased that this book's coming out. Understanding the World in Light of Bible Prophecy. If you like our slant on things, this book will help you interpret politics, everything that's going on. Deals with the rapture. I'm sending that to everybody that sows a seed of any size. If you give $1,000 or more, I regretfully have made the decision to sign it for you. Which means when I come home off of a trip and feel like doing nothing, I will have a massive wall of books. So just know when you get my book signed to you that it was done begrudgingly. And I hated every minute of it.
Not lying.
What else we got?
You purposely avoid...
There, look at that waterfall.
Wow.
That's in that county. Havasu Falls. Now, I haven't gone there. See if you guys get... Where was that? Was that taken with a Motorola Razr? There's a nicer picture.
Gorgeous.
The thing is, I think you have to go on like some kind of guided tour.
You don't like guided tours?
I don't like being around people on vacation.
Okay.
As evidenced by where I go on vacation.
But that could
Jonathan,
be a
where are you on
nice-
vacation? The middle of the desert. Just like Jesus.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, look at you guys. So it's that.
So Grand Canyon.
Oh, it's up past the Grand Canyon. I'll tell you a place I
It
was
might be
looking
a
at
little
buying
cold.
land for no reason. See where it says Flagstaff?
Yeah.
And then you make a left at Flagstaff. Where you start going up towards the Grand Canyon, where you go left, then it starts going up. Right where that elbow is,
Yeah.
is a town called, what is the, King, no, it's not Kingman. How did that escape me?
Oh.
Well, let me drink more coffee. I can't. I'm having trouble reading, remembering. You know what John Osteen used to say? I don't have Alzheimer's, but I have sometimers. I don't know if that's the best confession, but it was funny. Williams, Arizona. That's what it is. Because Flagstaff is like overgrown. Like if you go to the Dutch Brothers in Flagstaff, they actually made it. It's like a line. It's a 24-hour Dutch Brothers, I think, and the line is enormous because there's a big college there. So then it's stuff spreading out to Williams, and you can buy a ton of acreage in Williams for not a ton of money. Like, what was I looking at? Guys, can you go on Zillow? Let me just dream.
Lord.
Now, if you're a skeptic and there's a preacher that's raising money while looking at personal land purchases, you could think this guy's shady. Plus, he has sunglasses on, which most cult leaders have. But putting all that aside, none of this is going to. I'm just dreaming. I think, I don't know, if you catch land in the right place, you know our friend Brother Alan?
Yeah.
You know he did that? He bought a bunch of land in rural Arizona when it was like worthless. And then he kept getting calls because they wanted to develop it. And he kept turning them down. He's like, finally, they offered so much. I just said, sure.
Wow. I bet you could find some in Loop.
Clint says, Williams, Arizona is nice. We stay there when visiting the Grand Canyon. See, that's the thing. If you build something there, that's the closest town to the Grand Canyon. Because, you know, the Grand Canyon is a national park. So Williams is the last town. Other than there's Grand Canyon Village, but that's...
Let me see where this...
Let's see if we can get on Zillow. Yeah, take your time. Hey, somebody let Adalis know, no rush. See if you can get here by 9 Mountain Time. Have you heard of Colin Quinn's Coast to Coast roast of all 50 states?
Amazing. It's Williams, Arizona.
Williams, Arizona. I don't want homes, I want land. I pointed to a field that was for sale in Williams when we were driving through with the Dallas, and I was like, I'm this close to buying that. And she gave me this blank look like, are you out of your mind? We have other things. You're going to buy a field, some state we don't live in a town no one knows about. All right, here we go. Oh, we can look live? You guys can, like, search this live?
Get on LoopNet. Some of these, I mean, the real estate is already, let me see.
All right, let's see what comes up. How is the viewer count growing? Let's make C-SPAN look riveting.
Now, these are homes, right?
I think you land.
Yep. So when you go up for sale button or home type, there you go. Home type. Click on it and then deselect all except for lots and land.
Kelsey, Salem, West Virginia, $141. People are giving. People are not only watching, they're giving. You know, this guy searching land prices in rural Arizona, get me my checkbook. Adora in Tampa, $100. Brenda in Powell, Ohio, $100. Lyric, our friend, who's now in Pittsburgh,
That's right.
$1,000 seat.
Woo!
Lyric, you're a gem.
She's a delight.
Andrew, $25. Cecilia, McAllen, Texas, $500. Mishawaka, Dawson Springs,
Stop right there.
$510. Joshua, Parkville, Missouri,
Scroll back
$15. Kenneal, I know you, just outside of Montreal,
Scroll back up.
$260. Thanks, brother.
Right.
Andrew
Oh,
and
too fast.
Anne Marie, Bristol, West Virginia, $3,318.
Wow. Right there. Stop right there real quick.
Jeff in Kahului. Mems. We are going to take a trip down memory lane at some point.
We are going to.
We should include old Hawaii footage. You know what? Can you guys find the Friday Night Fun that you guys recorded that one time?
Oh, my land.
Remember we used to, and you guys made that extremely well produced. Oh,
Already?
yeah.
Oh, wait. Of course, Ron
Jeff
was
in
singing.
Kahului. How you're even awake? What time is it right there? 5:16?
You get up early.
They do. Even I get up early because it's so bright.
Right.
God bless
But
you,
that's
Jeff.
great fishing.
Man,
I need to
Jeff.
go back to Hawaii now that I'm into I would love to go fishing there because before I didn't care. Even hunting, that would be amazing.
Jeff, you got to go to Paia Fish Market today for me and send me a picture. I want to live vicariously through you. If you live in Arizona, send the pictures in. Anybody that's in Arizona right now, just can you send me nice pictures
What do you usually
from
get?
right now?
What did you
At
do you
Paia
usually
Fish
get?
Market?
Yeah.
Oh, ahi.
Blackened ahi?
No, just grilled with lemon and salt.
No, I got to do the blackened
No,
ahi with
why
the
put
side
any
of
seasoning?
fries.
It's fresh.
Well, it's
fresh
just
as can be.
seasoned. It's just seasoned, and for whatever reason, it's just the best seasoning ever. And then the fries. And what else comes on there?
I would put
coleslaw.
I would put that as a top 10 restaurant.
Oh, without a
Paia
doubt.
Fish Market.
Without a doubt. Yes,
It is
yes,
perfect.
Yes, yes.
You know they expanded. They bought the building next to it, or like the building that was connected to them or the business.
Oh,
so they have the whole
yes.
thing now. They have like a bigger dining area.
That used to be an art shop or something, like some type of gallery next to it.
Anthony, Milford, Nebraska. Sounds depopulated. $25. God bless you. I bet you Nebraska is freaking cold in the winter. Martha, Pico Rivera, California. $100. Thank you for the giving. I'm going to send you a book. Thank you for the large giving. Do we have updated amounts, or they were already updated? Oh, I know what that place is.
Hey, go to Landwatch.
No, look at that. Look at that 27,000. That's a glamping site. I've looked at that.
Uh-huh.
See those little pods?
Yes, that's a 1 acre lot. Go to, it's still overpriced. Go to landwatch.com.
Right.
Landwatch.com. And then type in Williams, Arizona.
Unless the prices have gone up, but when I was looking during COVID,
No,
they were
haven't,
like low.
Yeah, because Zillow is not the right. It's not the right place.
I'm trying to think what it was. I found one. It was like $8,000
Yeah, you'll see.
for like 40 acres. Which it has no water or power. I'm sure you'd be in for like $2 million if you wanted to get like it hooked up to electricity or something. Anybody know anything about Arizona real estate in the comments? Is Williams a wise move or not a wise move? I did talk to a guy, Joe Canones?
Yeah.
I was talking to him about this a couple years ago, and he had a friend that he went to high school with in New York that just wanted to get out of New York.
Yeah.
And he moved out to Arizona, and he was telling me that Williams would have been his pick if you're going to like you missed the boat on Scottsdale.
Right.
You need to do that in like the 60s.
Sure.
So like what's the next Scottsdale? He said Williams, and then there's this other town that if Amazon might open a thing there.
Yeah.
But if they don't, it'll be
And it's not looking
miss.
like they will for a little bit.
Yeah, now they're cutting back.
All right, so there you go. There's four acres for 22,000. That's a little bit more.
It's gone
reasonable.
up. See,
Yeah, it has gone up.
All right.
It has gone up. But look, if you
what's
go
the
down,
32,000 one? 41 acres? I think that was the one I was looking at.
look at that, 73,000, 39 acres. This is 32,000 for 41 acres.
Let's see some pics, which is something you can direct
Cattle?
message to someone and end your career.
That's true. Well, at least it's a road.
Hey,
That's nice.
I told you I was sending somebody back for you.
Look at where the
No one
property
came
is.
back?
Nikki picked that up all by herself.
I did tell someone to come back for you.
Who did you tell?
You just said
Ben.
find someone. No,
As soon as I walked in, I said somebody needs to go back and get a dog. You see what I have to put? Can you guys hear? Because she just comes in shouting.
Go all the way up.
No good
scroll up.
morning. It's like being married
then
to
on the
Casey
left-
Anthony, to be honest with you.
It says price. Click on that price 0 to 49,000. And then is there a way to do ascending, descending so that we could get like the cheapest property? Just to see what it's at. Sort. Good job, guys. Small to large. Or price low to high. Yep. So there you have 2 acres for 40.
No, I want like a big. Do it the way you had it before.
You
'Cause
want
I
a big
don't
one?
want
You
an
can
acre.
do.
I
You
wanna
can
get
do
like
sorted.
40 acres.
Look, go back. No, go back. Sort. Right.
Yeah.
And then go acreage, largest to smallest, within the $50,000 range. So that's 41 acres for.
We're hanging out with our friends
That's $1,000 an acre.
in
right
our
there.
ministry that are watching us from all over. Land in
Property.
Williams, Arizona, like I talked to you about, that you think is a dumb idea. Wow, what a nice house. Little fixer-upper.
Cam,
No,
come here.
somebody tried to.
Ooh. This is an old ranch?
That's your problem right there, though.
What? What's
There's
the
no
problem?
There's no road. There's a dirt road.
Yeah, you get a pickup truck.
Oh, that's so cute.
Guys, get full screen. You gotta show the cuteness. Wait.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go and grab. I got one for Anna and.
Oh, stop. You are so delightful.
Look at these two. This folks to the audience loves it.
Make my.
All right, back to the land.
Yo, I made flancocho this morning.
Oh,
I got my behind up at the crack of dawn. Glorious.
Do the 40 acres for 40 grand.
right.
I think that's the one.
That's 40 acres for 50, 49. Which one?
That one has mountains.
Yeah, that's the
Two
one
kinds
that you
of
want
people
right
wear sunglasses indoors. Blind people.
Do that 41.3 acres. Is that the one we just looked at?
there. Yeah, it was. Do the one at the bottom with the little. It's more mountainous. That one right there, 40 acres for 40,000. That one. Wow.
You know, up there, it's like not hot. It's high elevation.
Okay.
It's like so like when it's like, yeah, that's mine, I think. Yours might be over there.
Wow.
Look at that. What's that one, Ben? See how it's, you can even tell like the mountains, it's like, it's probably like 15 to 17 degrees cooler than it is in Scottsdale. The leaves change up there. You can ski. In Flagstaff, you can ski in the winter. Let me see. What's the weather in Williams,
Well, I mean,
Arizona?
you gotta think about. So, what would you want to do with this property? Because there's no roads, so therefore
There's a road.
I mean, that's not really a road.
It's a path.
Have you ever
Dirt
remember?
road?
It's a dirt road. You can't drive like you would on
Yeah, you get a Ford F-350 or whatever.
without a doubt. Then they probably don't have any kind of
No water, no electricity.
no sewage.
So you're basically getting into a financial nightmare.
without a doubt.
But
I mean, you can do. I don't know. Like you could
no,
do
we don't
it
have to
really
look up.
well.
I know what a Ford. All right.
You could do it really, really well. I would get like the Tesla batteries for your house so that you don't have to. You could totally be off the grid. I mean, there are ways that you could do it, but
I thought like
I'd rather
if you
have
bought
plumbing.
if you buy a bunch of acreage out there, I feel like it's going to expand out into Williams, but I know nothing about real estate.
Yeah.
Could be totally wrong. That other guy agreed with me that I talked to,
I mean, land is
but maybe he just wanted to get off the phone. Whatever you say, Reverend. I'm good there.
they're not making more land, so I don't think it's a bad investment.
That's what people say that sell land.
That's true. It's true.
They're also not making any more clock
But then
radios.
remember when we were in the thick of
the
the
thick of
pandemic?
These pictures
And we
are
were like,
awful.
man, wish we
Are these
we
by
could own-
the
I know, this is-
seller?
Yeah, but there's not
Like,
much.
getting
What else
me
are you going to
less
take a picture
interested
of?
in it? I don't know.
There's
more like
nothing
that.
else.
Not just like dead shrubs. Hey, there's a dead shrub. Somebody
It's
get
the
a pic.
desert.
All right, I'll lay off of this. What else? What else did I send in? I'll tell you another thing you could do. You know Sedona? You can lease 100. Is it 100 acres for $7,500? It's a 99-year lease, or 40 acres for $7,500, and you get all the. If you find gold, you can camp on it. So it's like if you go camping or whatever. But the thing is, I don't like camping.
Right.
And also, I don't like panning for gold. I've never done it. It sounds cool, but like the actual
I would
doing it-
love to camp in Sedona. I wouldn't love tarantulas or scorpions or rattlesnakes. So that's
And they have
where
those.
They have
And
lots
mountain
of those.
lions.
And mountain lions. And so that's where I think, even though I would enjoy it,
That's one thing.
I probably would never do it.
Sometimes that's something I think about living in Pittsburgh. Is like it is nice if you're in a place where there's winter. And this is what all you people that live in southern places that have where you brag about how there's heat and you could never live in the cold. The advantage of there being winter is insects only have one growing season down here, and then they all die. So you never see a big spider or anything.
true.
Whereas if you live in Florida, remember that video I shot of that thing that was in our hotel room in Arizona? That was at a 5-star hotel. I had to change shoes to kill it because I was wearing Hey Dudes and they weren't hard enough to kill the thing. I had to change into dress shoes and smash it with my heel. Then remember I peeled the towel back and it was the antenna was still going.
Stop! Yes! Forgot about that.
Yeah,
Gosh. I'm very proud that you killed that all on your own. I think you were on a broadcast or like filming.
No, I
you
filmed
were.
it after
You
I
filmed
did
it.
it. I
Oh,
filmed it
that's
when I
right.
was
That's
going
right.
to
That's
do it.
right. Yes. Yes.
It's interesting because he was kind of sluggish, and all of a sudden his adrenaline was going. He was sweating and like ready to go.
Malchi.
Wow.
He's done.
Oh my gosh.
he's done.
Why is he done?
Last
Tell
night
me.
was his last press conference.
Yeah. Piss
Oh,
off.
good riddance.
Next.
And he was still pushing the vaccines.
Next, question mark?
The thick of it. Thick of it.
I think I thought I saw more stuff. Maybe not. All right, let's answer questions. So I'm going to swing it to Uche for a little singing. When we get back, we're going to take the rest of your questions since we got stalled out on Lone Wolf.
Let's move it. Keep it moving. There was a lot of questions.
Listen, you just got here. Keep it moving. How about a 10?
Listen, you took my car.
Because you weren't ready and we only had one car.
Why did you come with me yesterday?
You want to do this on live camera?
Yes. Why did you come with me yesterday?
You-
You lost your keys, didn't you?
You have been a disappointment as a spouse. I want to say it to you this Thanksgiving. Take it away, Pastor Uche.
This is the day the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Come on and bless the Lord with us. Come on. He's worthy.
Come bless the Lord.
Come bless the Lord.
Come bless the Lord. Join me to
Worship Christ's name and bless
His holy name.
His holy
His holy name.
Declaring He is good.
Come bless the Lord.
Come bless the Lord.
Everybody
Come
join me.
bless the Lord.
Everybody join in.
To worship
Bless His
Christ
name.
and bless
His holy name.
His holy
His holy name.
Declaring
Woo!
He is good.
Oh, that man.
We'll praise Him.
Oh, that man. We'll praise Him. Rejoice in the Lord always.
And again I say,
Rejoice in the Lord always. All around the world, come on, get your joy up. Get your joy level up. God bless the Lord.
come bless the Lord. Come bless the Lord.
Join me to worship Christ the Lord
And bless
bless His name.
His holy
His holy name.
Declaring He is
Oh,
good.
that name.
We'll praise Him.
Oh, that name. We'll praise Him. Everybody rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice. Everybody put your hands together. Clap your hands, give a praise. Hey, get your level of blessings. Woo! Oh, God, men will. Oh, that men will praise His name. Will praise His name to the ends of the earth. Oh, that men, boys and girls, His name. Women praise His name. Hey, oh, that men will praise His name. Yes, I will. Praise His name to the end of the earth. We'll praise His name. And again I say, can I say, can I say, can I say, can I say? Everybody rejoice in the Lord. And again I say, rejoice in the Lord.
job, Pastor Uche. Welcome back to Studio A. Jonathan Shuttlesworth, joined with Evangelist and taking over from Evangelist briefly. Camila Shuttlesworth, what would you like to say to all our friends watching all over the world?
Happy Thanksgiving, and I want to know, do you like turkey or not?
Good question. Good question. It's not for everybody, is it?
No.
No.
What are we having at your mom's house today? Do you know?
Turkey, ham, rice, pasteles. Mags is making some kind of side dish. Vito's making, what is he making? I think he's making turkey breast. No, he's making stuffing. So you know.
Well, it's going to
The
be...
usual.
What, you know what time we're starting?
No.
After we're done here. I sent a text message to the family chat, but nobody responded. What's usual? There's 48 people in the family chat and not one response. So I think like 2:00 because we have this broadcast at 7, don't we? Tonight.
We do, yeah.
So we've got like a little window of...
Little window of Thanksgiving.
Window of Thanksgiving.
Do we have... let's take some questions.
At 1, Jesse says.
And somebody said, where can I send my questions? If somebody wants to send a question now for us to answer or attempt to answer, where would they send it, gang? Instagram. So the Revival Today Instagram? Revival Today Instagram. At Revival Today. Hey, Grandma Juby said, hi,
Grandma
Camila. I love
Juby.
turkey.
Hi, Grandma Juby.
She loves you so much, Juby. Juby?
I'm going to also send something else. Go ahead. Where's the questions? Thoughts on when people talk about their wilderness season? Adonis?
I have no thoughts about people talking about their wilderness season, except I don't understand why that's something to be talked about. Like if you are going through a wilderness season, why are you saying it's a wilderness season? If I were you and you are going through a wilderness season, just be mindful of the words that are coming out of your mouth. Because even in the wilderness, even the Bible actually says that even when you are in the wilderness, even when you are in a place where there is darkness and death, the Bible says to perceive the spring coming forth, even in the wilderness, even in the barren fields, that you have to have faith to perceive the spring that is about to burst up, come forth. So instead of focusing on the wilderness, why not think about the spring that's about to come forth? Can you say amen?
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
What is that?
Egg sandwich.
What's on the end here?
What's this?
Is that potato or something?
Dun-dun, dun-dun.
Nice.
It's not
Wanna go
Judy's.
halves?
It's not Judy's.
Next question.
Father, for this food, I thank you. Bless it to our bodies and our bodies to your service in Jesus' name.
Amen. Top 3 thoughts on minding your own business and staying focused.
What would you say, Cam?
Let's see. I think, I just like to get into, things and, I guess, how do I, rephrase this?
It's just, what are your thoughts on minding your own business and just staying focused?
Oh, okay. Personally, I never thought of that in my life.
Go ahead, Anna.
Mind your own business and stay focused. I don't have 3 thoughts except you should mind your business and stay focused. Amen.
But how did you cross the bridge from when stuff bothers you about people and feeling the need to get involved to now where you don't?
Well, I think you have to protect your peace. So if there's certain things in your life that are robbing you of peace and joy, then you have to set your boundaries up and just mind your own business and let people figure it out. You know, I am not going to try to get in the middle of a situation where I could be liable for it escalating to a bigger problem. I'm just not, you know. At this point, you have to recognize if you're over 18 years of age, there are certain things that you should refrain from doing. And getting into personal, you know, unless it's pertaining to you personally and your, you know, your immediate family, I wouldn't care. I like my peace. I like my joy. And that's what I safeguard.
I'll tell you, for me, I used to want to get involved and sort everything out. I felt like I could like fix everybody's life. And then you realize, even when people, I started making a policy that unless somebody asks my opinion, I won't give them any help. Then I started making a policy, even if someone asks my opinion, I probably won't give them any help, because people aren't actually, you really have to use discernment if someone actually wants help or not.
Right.
Because even most of the time when someone's asking your opinion, they just want your opinion to line up with theirs.
100%.
And if you don't, then they'll go find somebody
else who does.
So you really, it's like someone really has to want help before I'll get involved.
That's good.
Because otherwise, I'll tell you the easiest way to mind your business and stay focused is get married. Busybodies usually are single. Because if you have a spouse and a child or children, that's your focus. And that, it's easy to stay focused. You know, like, why am I going to go get involved in other people's things that are going to take me away from time with my family?
That's not always the case, though. But for the most
there are
part,
married busybodies.
there are married busybodies who just don't find
But I'm saying
fulfillment in
if
what
you're
they're
married,
doing.
yeah, you can be a married busybody, but then that's how you should stay focused is control, build your wealth, build your home.
Exactly.
Build your
Control
family.
what you can control and have power to control. You can't control, you know, your cousins, your aunts, and your mom and dad's opinions. So to me, I would just kind of like back off and just let it. And we always say, and we have said, unsolicited advice is never good advice.
That's right.
So why bring it up if they're not asking you? And now we've you know, we've come to the place where it's
Look
like,
at
even
this
if you
cutie.
ask, it's
Look at this cutie.
not worth it. You are a cutie.
You have makeup on?
Yeah.
You look pretty.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
I like to do this with you.
Oh.
This is really fun.
Man, I love you.
You want a piece of this?
No, I'm
Not
good.
enough to not leave you by yourself on Thanksgiving, but I do love you.
Thank you.
Dave in Sholo, Arizona, $100. Amy in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, $5. Thank you. Fernando, $208. Thank you. Sherry, $10. Sean in Washington, Pennsylvania, place of my birth, $1,500 seed.
Wow.
Or give it, you guys, I love you very much. Let's do another question.
I have anger issues and am too fat. Please help. Seriously, who wrote that?
Just lose weight.
Cam, how do you stay so thin? You're almost like two-dimensional. What's your secret?
Honestly, is it calories? I eat a lot of goldfish. Like a lot. I'm like a big fan. Just had one this morning.
So let me see the question again. Eat Pepperidge Farm goldfish, like Camila. 3 meals a day.
And if you have anger issues, watch like a favorite movie. Just chill.
All right, next.
Just chill.
Is it ever acceptable to correct up, specifically asked for your opinion? That's one of the biggest mistakes. If you ever want to sever a relationship, do what's called correcting up. If I told Pastor Rodney, I don't like how you're doing this, that's a massive mistake that'll hurt a relationship because God works by authority. So you've got no business correcting your parents. You have no business correcting your boss. Never correct people. It's very important to recognize, which America doesn't like, because everything's about democracy and we're all equal. But there is authority. It's how people get shot in traffic stops. That cop is not your equal, and he's certainly not someone for you to correct. he is in a position of authority. Now, obviously, he has to stay in the bounds of the Constitution and all that. But it's a mistake if you don't realize who you're talking to. There's people that are under you, which you still treat people kindly like the Bible teaches, but you can correct people that are under your authority. You can't correct people whose authority you're under. And anytime you do that, it hurts relationships. Like Camila in 4th grade. What's your, you don't have to say your teacher's name, but for you to correct your teacher, that's wrong. And it won't go well for you. And it's sad that there's a lot of kids that aren't taught that. You'll never function in society if you feel like you can yell at the judge. You see people do it on Judge Judy.
Yes.
Like, who are you to tell me not to talk? She's a judge. That's who. And you have an only God can judge me tattoo. No, also there's other people who can judge you. They're called judges who can specifically judge you. So, no, never correct up.
And they have authority.
They have
too.
authority. Next.
Character or gifting? What's your wisdom on pastors who are anointed but don't have character? Pastors who are anointed but have no character. That to me is very important. How they treat people and how they carry themselves, to me, trumps whatever gifting is upon that person. The very first person that I like to look at when we're dealing with men of God is their wife. Because you know what you have to know by looking at the wife. Is she a shell of a person? Is she joyless? Does she look like crap? Does she look like disinterested? Is she at home? Like, why? I want to know why all these things are happening. Like, it makes you think, like.
That's one of the things that stood out to me about Jesse Duplantis when we met them, is that Kathy loves his jokes and laughs. Where a lot of times you'll see a guy and he'll say something funny and the wife has this distant look like, yeah, he's funny in public, but he's a nightmare to live with at home. Or with her, you can tell she still loves him a lot and finds him funny. So that says a lot about how she's treated. She doesn't have dark circles under her eyes and all that
She's
stuff.
joyful. She looks beautiful all the time. I like that. To me is everything. I will literally dismiss you. Yeah. Okay, how powerfully anointed your gift is.
I mean, this question, what's your wisdom on pastors who are anointed but have no character? They're going to end up falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, the anointing's not a substitute for character, and character's not a substitute for the anointing. Just like there's a lot of guys that are great guys, but their ministry's terrible because they don't carry anything. But then you can be extremely powerful as a man of God, and if you don't treat people right, you're one divorce away from losing your ministry.
100%.
You can teach on grace all you want. It's a fact.
We've met ministers like that carry a very strong anointing in the prophetic, and you can tell
great
they
in the
treat
pulpit.
Like people like garbage.
Yeah, great in the pulpit, bad out of the pulpit. And there's other guys that are great out of the pulpit and are as interesting as crepe paper in the pulpit. But if you combine the two, develop your personal life and develop your anointing, that's the best. Next. Mm-hmm.
What are each of your current favorite books of the Bible? My current favorite book of the Bible. Right now, I'm doing a study on the fall of Lucifer.
Really?
So, yeah. And I'm also just kind of searching about the antediluvian flood and the flood that happened before the Noahic flood. So I am absolutely fascinated right now with Genesis and Ezekiel. I don't fully understand, which is why I'm camped out here for a very long time. But even in Genesis 1, there is so much that you could kind of unravel. And that's where I'm at right now. It's not necessarily my favorite. It's what I'm on right now, and it's fascinating me. So I'll just say Genesis for
I don't have one. Next.
right now.
How to advise a friend on getting divorced because of narcissism only, no cheating, etc.?
How to advise friend on getting divorced because of narcissism only. Oh, so your friend is getting
the spouse is
a
going to
divorce.
divorce their spouse because they're narcissistic.
Okay, well,
I mean, if that was the reason for divorce, I would have been divorced 4 days into our marriage.
Dirty.
No, I was thinking shot at me. It's not like you could have left me.
I thought you were saying it about me.
Dirty.
Here's another thing that I wouldn't get involved with. Like, if you've made the decision, I've talked to so many women in the span of 16 years that they wanted to come to me to have some kind of validation because the relationship has gone astray. And I said, does he beat you? Does he beat your children? Is there an adulterous affair? And if the answer is no, I have to say you gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with it. And they end up getting divorced anyway. So I'm like, okay. That's why I'm like, I just stay out of it. They've made up their minds.
People can find a way to be unhappy in any situation. People that are unhappy people,
It's true.
they pick people apart. They pick situations apart. You know, I like what Adele said, because I would say it to people. They're like, my husband is awful. How often does he beat you? Oh, he's never hit me. How often does he cheat on you? He hasn't cheated on me.
Never.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Yeah.
He plays golf 8 hours on Saturdays. Wow. Thoughts and prayers to you.
Yeah.
That your husband works 70
and
hours
then
a
plays
week.
video games at night.
And then wants to do something to have fun. So, you can't talk to people like that. That's her problem, or whoever it is. It's their problem that he's a narcissist. That's like calling somebody a racist. It's like not something you can prove. It's just like something you throw out there. He's a narcissist. What? Okay, so then if he's not a narcissist, then you're going to leave him because my husband's a complete frump, and when I married him, he was 170 pounds. Now he's 280 pounds, and he's gross. So what do you want? He takes care of himself. He's a narcissist. He doesn't. He's a bum. The problem's with your friend. I would stay out of it, like Adele said.
Not a doubt.
Let them get divorced. What difference does it make to you? I know this is like the least Christian advice.
It is. I know, but
Why cross the street to help the injured?
Like what? Yeah, I'm
Samaritan.
just. They're gonna make that decision anyway. It's happened to me countless of times, and then you go back to the situation, or you go back to the church that you counseled or advised somebody on, and they're mad at you. They're avoiding you like the plague, and it's like, I didn't. You made this decision. I don't know why you're mad at me. So it's just.
We don't do marriage counseling at our church because I heard from an older pastor, if you can't fix the marriage, they'll both leave. If you can fix the marriage, they'll both leave because you know too much by the end of the counseling and they don't feel like comfortable around you.
Wow. Well,
So you outsource it. We just send them to Marriage for Dummies in the Walmart book section. Next.
thoughts on fasting while doing sports, etc. Still and workouts.
I'm for it.
See, I'm not. I would like I've been working out extremely inconsistently the last 3 months, but the last 2 years I've been pretty consistent. The working out thing takes a lot of people out of fasting because it's actually their God. And you are. It sucks that your body feeds on muscle instead of fat.
Yeah.
But it does. Like, you'd think if you fasted 21 days, you'd be like, have a six-pack at the end. You still have like a bit of a belly and then arms that look like pipe cleaners. Because your body decides to feed on your ass and your arms and your legs. So it sucks. And it sucks working a whole year to build muscle and stuff and losing it basically in 3 weeks.
I think though most people, and I'm assuming this question is coming from a short fast, 1, 2, 3 days. Obviously, an extended fast, anything over 7 days I would frown
if
upon.
you're doing a true fast, it would be rough working out day 3. You could do day 1, you could push through day 2, but then the other thing is, what are you doing? You're there's nothing to replenish your body when you're working out.
Yeah,
So what's the point?
that's true.
You can take 21 days off of working out and fast and pray
Yeah, that definitely.
and have power in the spirit world, because to have dominion over disease, is better than having like a great physique and no spiritual power to, if you get diagnosed with, to ward something off. So the spirit man is the ultimate, and it does suck. It sucks to go down to prisoner of war shape.
Especially when you've worked out the entire year and then you restart it for 21 days and it's just, you're back to square one.
I would take those days and focus on fasting and prayer. Now, if you have to work. And we'll deal with that. We'll start January 2nd, which will be Monday, right?
Monday.
That'll be that we'll start fasting and prayer together. We're going to put registration up. I would love to have 1,000 people registered to join us with fasting and prayer.
That'd be great.
Which I think we can hit this year. I'm going to take a break from answering your questions. We want to do some racist humor, and I wanted to start with Puerto Rican, since I got two right next to me. This is some thoughts on Puerto Ricans from the great Colin Quinn. Keep us on the side so we don't get taken down. All the Puerto Ricans in the house, can I get a Puerto Rican flag in the comments? I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoyed it and as much as my two friends next to me enjoyed it. Enjoy.
Then the Puerto Ricans came and brought the pace, because when I was a little kid, I thought Puerto Ricans were speaking Spanish because they speak so quickly. But when you get to know Puerto Ricans, you realize they don't speak a word of Spanish. They don't speak English. With a Spanish accent very quickly, that's New Yorican. And in those days, a Puerto Rican building on the corner, now people would be horrified. We used to give directions based on ethnicity. The Irish bar, the Greeks, the Chinese laundry, the Puerto Rican building on the corner. Now people go, whoa, how do you know it's a Puerto Rican building on the corner? So the Puerto Ricans outside. They say, what if they're not outside? I said, don't worry, they're going to be outside, because they brought the kind of communal food festival kind of, outside, inside, no real distinction. Outside, inside, the TV's in the windowsill, it's half inside, it's half outside. The old lady's leaning, half her body's there, the music's inside, but it's blasting outside, and they're pulling a chair down on the rope for the uncle to sit on outside. The ironing board's inside, it comes outside, now it's a card table, there's like a fluidity.
That made me laugh, because when I met you guys and come over to your mom's house, her door was always open.
Oh, that's that. I was just about to say that. Even Thanksgiving, nobody's having a sit down anything. Everybody's going to be outside, inside.
When I say my mother-in-law's door was always open, I don't mean she was open to having guests into her home. I mean her door was wide open.
Was open, yeah.
And people were just coming in off the street.
Yeah.
Part two, Puerto Ricans.
Everybody hangs out together. Never saw one Puerto Rican, just everybody together, they're going up to the park like a carnival atmosphere. They got the radio, they got the grill, they got ice and chicken on sticks, and the bandanas and the flags, and the little kids dancing, and the old lady is dancing. They got the mix of Catholicism and sexuality, a lot of cleavage with a lot of crosses, and they got the little girl in the communion dress holding hands with the aunt in the altar top, and the cousins driving next to them, 6 saints on the dashboard, decal of a naked woman right next to each other. The door's half open, he's half inside, half outside driving. Yeah, it's all a continuity with them, you know what I mean? You go to their house, you think you're there as a guest for a party, they put you to work, they give you assignments. Good, you're here early, check the stove, then go see what's wrong with Grandpa, he won't leave the room, we can't get him out of the room. Here, then walk the most frightening dog you've ever met in your life. And then change the baby. Always the baby, that's really, change the baby. The baby, always a baby. Oh, she's pregnant too. I said, her face is getting fat, I think her cheeks. People walk by, they're like sonograms. Look, that's a boy, she's carrying height, that's gonna be a boy. They heckle you if you have one kid. Where's her brothers? Where's the sisters? I don't understand what's going on here. The baby's the star of the family. By the time you're 8 years old in the Puerto Rican family, you're washed up. It's over. 8th birthday, you're like, hey, happy birthday. They're like, okay, change the baby. It's a circle of life.
All right, let's have the racism continue. How many Italians we got? Any Italians in the comments? Get an Italian flag up there. Or you think you're Italian like most Americans because you have darker hair, so you just assumed you're Italian. You can't really back it up. Here's some thoughts on Italians by, again, the great Colin Quinn. Roll it.
And then these Italians are coming 10 years after that, and they came like everybody else, where they're like, hey, where you going tomorrow? America. Oh, really? What part? Oh, maybe you heard of it. It's called None of Your Business. What part? Mind your business. The Italians, they brought the volume, because the Irish and Jews were still like, in the house. Get in here. I'm going to talk to you. Get in here. The Italian, no. I'd be out playing with my friend Anthony, little kids. His father leaning out the window. Anthony, get in, dinner. He's like, no, Dad. No. Shut the window. And we all knew what was going to happen, except Anthony. He'd just be like playing. Every time. His father's come out. You want to play? Let's play. Let's play for a while. Beat him down the block. But just beating him off the, he's knocking him. He's banging into every car on the block, And all the adults are watching. Nobody would do anything. There was no child abuse in those days. People would just be like, hey, watch my antenna,
He's the best. I love that guy. Let's take another question. Next. People are just trolling us with half these questions. Next.
Next.
How to handle it when people are gossiping around you in a church ministry setting. Adas.
I don't handle it. You let your life speak for itself. If you shouldn't defend yourself, you should just let the Lord vindicate you.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Billy Graham had a policy, so did Benson DeHosa. No attack, no defense. Just stay out of stuff. Then how do you know they're gossiping about you? Whatever friend told you about them gossiping is likely the problem. Because I said to somebody one time, they said, you know what this person said to me about you? And then when they finished, I said, why did they feel comfortable telling you that about me? They play both sides. So get those kind of people out of your life. Sure. That are always like working up. Again, get married, have a family, and build your wealth. Like, I don't care. You could, literally, any words that have been said about me could come my way right now. It wouldn't even affect me. Because I care about what I have money invested in, what I'm doing for the ministry, my wife, my child. That's it. If it doesn't affect that, I don't care. That statement David Oyedepo has, insults are differences of opinion harshly expressed. And people have a right to express. I feel that way. Yeah. I'm for freedom of speech. So if someone doesn't like me, they're entitled not to like me. I don't have to try to get them to like me. When I find out people don't like me, and they have reasons, I could add more reasons why not to like me. I get that I'm not for everybody. It in no way bothers me. I wish them all the best. I don't care. When you feel like you have to get everybody on your side, get everybody to believe in divine healing, and everybody to believe in prosperity, which there is a dichotomy. We are looking to win souls and all that. But if Jesus didn't run around chasing people that weren't interested in him. He focused on people that were hungry and people that focus on the people God's attracted into your life that matter.
Amen.
Magalis matters to me. She's been with me from the beginning, as we're going to see as we take a stroll down memory lane. But, Patrick and a lot of the people that are here, they matter to me. And a lot of the new people, Ben and Layla, that just got here, if I never saw them again, I don't care. But the people that have been that God drew to my life, the people that God, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Focus on your things. And again, not to sound like every guest on Christian television, but when I wrote that book, How to Dominate in a Wicked Nation, everything comes back to the book. When Jonathan, did I tell you what I told Jonathan and Susie Lamb when they interviewed me? No. Okay. And it was like, it made it on TV. Like, Jonathan, if someone wants to purchase your book, where would they find it? I went, probably wherever books are sold, in the bargain bin next to Hillary Clinton's books. So after Jonathan, he's like, I've never had a guest that doesn't even try to promote his book. But in that book,
that's all they're doing.
In that book, that's what I talked about. Focused on Biden, focused on the Democrats, focused on midterm election. Yeah, it matters. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. But you're going to be alive for 80 years. You're going to go through a lot of administrations. You're going to go through a lot of political pendulum shifts. Build your thing. Like Oral Roberts told Mike Murdoch when they were in the upstairs of his office. He took him to the big window, and they looked all over Oral Roberts University and the prayer tower, and he went, everything my money's going towards, I can see out of this window. That's a big principle. Wow. You're not like flinging your energy around all these different places. You're building something for you and your family. Good. And if you can get a hold of that'll. Do you ever meet? You meet some rich, successful people. like in construction or whatever, you're working 18-hour construction days, and they'll go like, who's that on TV? Oh, that's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Oh, she a Democrat or Republican? Democrat. All right, cool. They don't, they're building their thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, I don't live in that world, but it must be nice. That's not a bad way to live.
100%.
Then just find out your country got taken over and your business got stripped from it.
I feel that way. I have no idea who these political people are.
You do. You know.
Not a lot. Not like you.
You know
and
a lot
Mags
more than
know.
you used to.
I do. See, Magsy can vouch for me that I'm like, when she's like, did you hear about? I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Next.
Nor do I care. Saved recently, living with son and his father. What is biblically defined marriage? Jonathan.
The opposite of what you're doing right now. So do less of that. You got to get married. What is biblically defined marriage? It's the same as like how marriage is now. It's like you need to put a dress on and head down to where there's a guy that's state sanctioned to do marriages and get married.
I think that it's more a covenant where you get before an altar and you consecrate your lives together unto the Lord.
So what, justice of the peace isn't enough?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I said a minister.
Oh, I thought you said.
But you still need the legalities
Yeah, but
of the justice.
either way,
Yes, I mean obviously
you need to
you're
get
gonna
married.
both. You have to do.
But yeah,
you have to
I get it.
legally, like have documents in place for that. But
You can't-
scripturally, it's like a covenant principle.
Yes, I agree. Having
Coming
said
together
that, throw
before
a dress
the Lord.
on, have the guy get a suit on,
100%.
and go,
There's a bunch
go
of
get
pastors
married.
here that can
Yeah.
marry you.
We've had like really quick little things happening here.
Yeah, and it matters. Like
It
if you're
matters.
going to live together, I'd get married like on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, living
I
with
agree.
somebody or dating someone for 15, 20 years or whatever, however long people is not the same as marriage.
And you'll go to hell.
Illegally,
You'll go
it
to
is
hell.
not
Yeah.
the same as marriage.
Any
Has
sex
anybody
outside
watched
of
Judge Judy, where she ridicules anybody that lives together?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
They're
you
playing
want
pretend?
you want
You wanna
half
play pretend?
50-50?
Yeah, and
get married.
Why does she ridicule anybody who lives together? Because she's Jewish, and Jewish people get married.
Yeah.
And they have, other than South Koreans, the lowest amount of people in prison.
Oh wow.
And black people get married the least and have the highest amount of people in prison. And then second place, whatever ethnic group it is that's second to blacks for marriage, is second with amount of people in prison.
Interesting.
Marriage makes a stable home. I'm not saying it has to be that way for I'm telling you actual numbers. So groups of people that have a low regard for marriage, and let's take ethnicity out of it. Poor people don't get married.
That's right.
And poor people have the most problems stemming from not being married. It's probably not even a black culture thing. It's probably a poverty culture thing. And unfortunately,
without a doubt.
the number one group represented in impoverished areas are black people in the hood or trailer parks. You don't go to trailer parks and there's a lot of people married. You don't go to Section 8 housing and there's married. Not being married breeds poverty and crime. I don't know why, but it does.
Even in Hispanic communities, that's very
All
normal to
communities, white
just be
communities,
together
black communities, yeah.
for 35 years and not be married. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I'll tell you where I heard it explained really well. I was watching these guys at a high-stakes poker table, and somebody asked the guy, have you married that girl you're with? And he's like, nah, I'll never get married. So none of these people were Christians. And the one guy said, let me ask you a question about that. He said, because I used to feel the same way, but he was married now. He said, if you were going to go do a business deal with someone, would you just do it all with no writing, no contracts, no nothing, and pour your life into that business with someone with no legal worth? The guy's like, no, absolutely not. He's like, then wouldn't you agree with me that you actually pour more of your life into a marriage than you do a business venture? Why would you do it all just like no commitment?
Yeah, that's right.
You want to go into a business venture where the other person can check out anytime they want. They have nothing in the game. You solidify anything that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Next. Get married.
I've noticed there's a different level when you get to
We did this one yesterday.
next.
We did this one yesterday.
I think we're done.
We did this one yesterday. I pray for my youth group often and see instant healings, but not with people outside of church. Well, that's because the kids in your youth group are likely believers, and the people outside your church are unbelievers. You can't force healing on people, and that's, you may be a younger person. I felt like that when I was younger. You know, you start understanding the anointing, and you feel like you can just clear a hospital out, but it doesn't work that way. Jesus didn't work that way. When you read Mark 6, people have to believe. Jesus could do no mighty miracles there because of their unbelief. So if you followed ministers that like stopping people at a Trader Joe's and saying, I noticed you look like you have a sore arm. Do you mind if I pray for your shoulder? You can do that. But Jesus taught, then preached, then healed. So healing is not something that's supposed to operate separately outside of the Word. People need to be saved. As Pastor Rodney used to say, what good is it if you get somebody healed out of a wheelchair and they walk and get hit by a bus and go to hell because they've never been saved? The word aspect. That's why I've thought about all this stuff, believe it or not. How come I don't just run around at a Whole Foods all day having my nephew Jay film me praying for people and getting them healed? Because Jesus had multitudes follow him. He'd have them sit down and teach them the word, preach the word to them, and then heal them.
This is actually a really good question for a youth because they're connecting the dots. And I think that after 2020, we saw that so many people were like, church is in the heart. You can have church at home. There is something about the congregation of the body of Jesus Christ at a specific location in a building also that is important. So for for almost 2 years, we were combating where it was like, it's the same thing. You can find Jesus right where you are at home. No, there is something about coming into the presence of the Lord in a church setting that breaks the yoke of bondage off of people. Like there is an anointing in the church.
Oh, it's not like I started saying this when I started pastoring a few months ago. The church matters to God. It's a holy institution. And when I say the church, I mean there being a building that you come into and pray. I'm talking traditional church.
Yeah.
Is how it's supposed to be. We need to like reinvent the church. No, actually you don't. And everybody that tries, their ministry sucks more when they finish.
For sure.
Next. Soon.
December.
Yeah, I'm going to leave on Christmas Day, hopefully. Next.
That's the Sunday.
Yep.
Do animals go to heaven? Yes.
Some animals go to hell. Depends how they've lived.
Yep. What is that scripture? I was like actually thinking about this a while back that says like all the things that the redeemed people used, like they will be, maybe I made this up in my head, but all the things that we use will be redeemed on the day, like where God restores the kingdom of God on the earth.
Restoration of all things?
Yeah, something like that. But it's like, but it has to be like for those who are righteous, that the restoration comes to the things that were at the hands of the righteous.
Rose said, I hope my parakeets go to heaven. Rose, I've been meaning to tell you, I had a vivid dream that your parakeets did not make heaven.
They're going to heaven.
They were found wanting on Judgment Day.
I mean, there's no denying that there is animals in heaven. So like.
Actually, hey guys, can you see in the media room? Jack Van Impe, if my memory serves me correct, Jack Van Impe wrote a book called Will My Pets Be in Heaven? And it was his #1 selling book of all time. After all the masterpieces he wrote on Bible prophecy, that's what people want to know the most. And it's true, people care about their pets. Because your pets don't do anything like wrong to you, that's why. You can give them to me, Mateo. You can hand them the slips to me. So anyway, I don't know, but we can recommend a book. What if I wrote a book called Will My Pet Be in Heaven by Jonathan Shuttlesworth, just because a lot of people would order it, but then when you got it, it was just crude sketches of dogs in hell that I drew. You thought that was funny, Camila? Luke Rosen, no last names, $50. Joseph, $183. Erica, $41. Jenna, $20. Thank you for your giving. I'm sending our book, Understanding the World in the Light of Bible Prophecy, to everybody. If you have a question that you'd like answered, you can go to our Instagram, Revival Today, and they have somewhere where you can type your question. What else we got for questions? Any more questions? I don't know. Oh, prenuptial. I didn't see pre.
Yeah, I didn't
What are
either
your
for
thoughts
some
on
reason.
prenuptial agreements? I think it's like you're hedging your bets a little bit, but then sometimes people need to hedge their bets a little bit. If you're 75 and the girl showed a lot of interest in you and she's 27 and she met you on nursing home visitation and noticed you had the nicest rims
I guess
on
it
your
does
wheelchair.
depend on the
scenario.
Yes.
If you married a girl while you're in a nursing home and she was attracted to you because it looked like you had the most luxurious rims on your wheelchair, I'd look into a prenuptial agreement. But, that's it, huh? No wonder people ordered it. Look how cute that cover is. We should make that the cover for all our books and just change the titles. Understanding the World Through the Lens of Bible Prophecy, with a kitten and a dog.
I would love to know what the
That
content
kitten
table
looks like it's
what is
smoking,
the table?
like it's vaping.
What's the
Number
table
one,
of contents on
cats
that?
will be in hell.
Please.
Every cat will be in hell. They're wicked. Most of them are
Nobody
demon
disagrees
possessed.
here.
And
Don't listen. There's a
cat
lot
owner
of
that's
people that
honest knows
that
that.
are cat owners that are watching.
And if they were honest, they know the cats are demon possessed.
Stop.
Let's see the table of contents of that. I'd like to. I'm just curious to read.
Yeah, I would like to know. And he was a Bible scholar. So it's not like he would have just put some like crap up there. Prenuptial agreements. Generally, it's shady. Like when I was 25 and Adonis was 21 and we were going to get married.
It
would have been weird if I was
drafted
like,
something up real quick.
Now I didn't have anything to protect. But if I was like, hey, listen, before we get married, I just want to sign an agreement that in the case that we get divorced, you don't get anything. I think that's weird. But
if you're older and you have
if you're older and you're marrying some
Yes.
girl that deep down doesn't in any way love
without
you,
a doubt.
Well,
Then
without a doubt.
that should be a red flag.
But I'm just saying that's just reality. That the people do that. So then sign away.
yeah. Also, I just get the feeling as I'm even saying this is all terrible advice, but that's my answer. Next. What advice do you have to grow and make an impact in children's church? I don't want to just glue macaroni and pretzels on paper. Sarah, that's a great question. Adonis, children's ministry is on your heart. I too did children's ministry at St. Paul Evangelical Church in Lexington, Massachusetts. How do you grow and make an impact in children's church?
You have to make it fun, and you can't talk to them like they're complete idiots. So we emphasize the word at the Mighty Kids and the preaching, specifically the preaching of the word, because what you're doing is you're just readying them for the actual church with Jonathan Shuttlesworth. So we do it our way. It's a smaller scale. We join in on worship, we have a service, and then we break it apart and we do stations. We have a craft station, we've got a game station, we've got a snack station, and we kind of it changes because of the situation that we're in, not having a place. But we make do with it and we stay creative about it. But the emphasis is preaching the word of God, because you're preaching to their spirit. And although their minds won't fully understand, you're not addressing to their minds, you're addressing their spirit. And when you elevate, why are you getting so close to me, bro?
I'm not gonna get my face cut off.
Your makeup looks bae.
Is that still a word people use?
It is for me.
Yeah.
Layla, do people still say bae?
How about my daughter came
No, they don't.
to my daughter came and said, "That's sus." I said, "What is sus?"
Suspect.
Suspect.
I know that.
That's so sus.
I know that from
you don't
Game
know
Chat
that.
on
That's
Xbox.
so sus.
So then your daughter says, "That's what the young people are saying these days." And I was like, "Okay." And then I threw myself out of the car.
My daughter said that?
Yeah.
Oh, she's so sassy.
She
I
sure
love her.
did. But anyway, it looks bad. So you're speaking to their spirit, and when you address a child, like they can understand, they'll begin to grow up and they'll begin to mature and they'll begin to act the way you treat them.
Look what Kelsey said. My 5-year-old nephew got saved by listening to Pastor Jonathan. Deets, please. That's pretty cool. All the kids that are watching right now with your parents forcing you to watch us, I love you.
Yes.
Forcing you to watch us.
Not in the Joe Biden, bury my nose in your hair type of love.
Thank you for the clarity.
I love you. Next question.
Guys, don't fight about cats in the comments.
Oh, your cat.
You teach
your
ownership.
Your cat will be in hell. There's nothing to fight about.
Great. Nick owns a cat and it's cute.
You teach ownership mentality. What's the top 3 reasons as a believer to work to be an owner?
Good question. I would shoot to be an owner because if you're not, then someone else is the owner. So why not it be you? Now, on the flip side, you take like Magalis. Magalis is not out of the will of God being the head administrator for our ministry. But she's a part of it. But then on the side, you can do things to own, even if your actual job is assisting someone. And God's called you to that. But then you can take I told you a couple of teachings ago, to see your salary as seed money, to build your actual thing. That was on the millionaire teaching. So then you can be a property owner, property manager on the side. It doesn't have to be your main thing, but I would look, because it's part of your Abrahamic covenant. I would say that's your number one reason to be an owner, is when you read the Abrahamic covenant, it's for you to possess the land and you to own. And we've seen what happens when you're not. Right. You end up with 100 million Christians in a nation like America that function as if they're 30 people strong. They don't have any weight to throw around because they don't own anything. The banks are owned by heathens. The mortgage companies are owned by heathens. The land they operate on is owned by other people. So their whole life is dictated to them by other people.
Yeah.
When you become an owner, you begin to dictate. You not only have the freedom to dictate your own life, you have the freedom to dictate. You begin to start dictating policy where you live. What would you add for another reason to be an owner, Magalis? Because I know you're probably more into this than I am.
Yeah, I think that I guess, especially, 2020 has shaped like a lot of my mindsets more strong than ever. If I was passive on certain things, 2020 actually made me really super duper aggressive. So when we started covering things, well, you'll own nothing and be happy,
Yeah, I would put that as the second. Number one, number one is in your Abrahamic covenant. Number 2, if you see the plan of the World Economic Forum, which is a demonic entity, is for you to own nothing, then a lot of times you can ascertain the will of God just as easily by what the devil wants you to do. Yeah. So if he wants you to own nothing, then I would look to own as much as I can.
And that's where I stand on it, where it's, before I never really cared about owning anything, just because, there could be something about like city living too, in Boston, Massachusetts, not everybody had the funds to be able to buy land and this, that, and the other. But then 2020 happened, and the importance of being able to go against and dominate and seeing what Bill Gates buying up a whole bunch of farmland and all this kind of stuff, really, you get a little kind of, different. It's a different feel. It's almost like, yes, the Abrahamic thing, but now it's almost like, you're doing it to come against the plan of the wicked one. So it's almost like a duty. Like, and I have a duty to buy land.
I've never liked being told what I can and can't do.
Oh, right. Eating meat also. I'm not
no, but
really.
I'm saying outside of the Bible, like God can tell me what to do. The authorities God's put in place. I don't like being told how much, hey, I just contacted my bank not long ago. I went to go buy something and it got declined and I had the money. So I go, oh, you're not allowed to spend more than $2,500 at a time. I said, can you increase the amount or am I going to have to pull my funds and go to a different bank? Yeah. Oh, we just need a reason. You just need to provide a reason. Okay, here's the reason. Because it's my money.
That's right.
And I wrote, is my money a prisoner in your bank? I'll spend what I want when I want. They immediately increased it. So I don't like that.
Yeah.
Which is why we're starting our own bank. That's how serious about it. I'm not having any of these people. I'm not having PayPal tell me they're going to fine me $2,500 if I post things they don't like. Screw you.
Right.
I'll have nothing to do with you. I'll make my own thing. You bunch of semi-functional Adderall addicts in Silicon Valley, whatever you figured out a way to do, I can do. I promise you. And I'll do it. And I'm not watching Joe Biden and the rest, half-drunk Nancy Pelosi stumbling around up there thinking, oh, I hope they let me. No, I'll outthink these people with my anointed mind.
For sure.
24 hours a day. And I realize I sound like a cult leader with Oakley sunglasses.
But look at someone with major draw and major money like Kanye. He was locked out of his Apple Pay.
Exactly.
For what?
We saw coming, which is why I told everybody from the beginning, we're not launching a bank as a way to get like an extra 1% of people's money that come in or whatever we're going to charge. You can see that these wicked people that want to shut the church down and hate Christians and hate families and hate anybody that wants to have marriage between a man and a woman and raise their kids, they're going to use whatever influence they have to affect your life. We saw that from 2022 to 2022. So it's on.
Yeah, for real.
Anything you have, I'll make.
Yeah.
Including a farm for food.
That's
including banking apps.
Yeah.
You think you figured out how to do it. Anything you can do, I can do better.
That's it.
Anything you could do, I can do better.
And I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not having my life dictated to me by people that hate me.
Well, not to mention Adidas severed ties with Kanye, and just recently they had a collaboration with Balenciaga, which Balenciaga had to recant for that campaign.
It's getting bad
with
Balenciaga. It's getting real bad.
Oh, it's going to get worse. Oh. But how come there's Adidas, which cut ties with Kanye, that bag that's over the paperwork about the child pedophilia?
Yes.
That was an Adidas bag. That was a collaboration with Balenciaga.
Whoops.
Yeah, big whoops. So, they hate families. They hate children. So
they hate you.
Yeah. Screw you.
Exactly. So
Happy Thanksgiving.
That's why you own.
We love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
That's why you own. That's why you own your money.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention to all that stuff. It's not the 1990s.
We started hunting for a reason. I know how to churn my own butter now. I don't know.
Facts.
You have to live in the world, but I would take a page out of our Hasidic Jewish brethren's book.
What's going on here?
And I'd live on the same earth, and I'd have all my own systems.
Yep.
Next question.
How do you know it's the right time to start trying to have a baby?
Yeah, you never know. You just start.
I mean, you're already tossing up the question, so I think it's time.
Because it's just, this is such a, you're always going to have a reason to not have babies. So it's either your career is going to get in the way, you don't have enough money, you don't have, your house is too small, you don't have a big enough vehicle. It's like, just get in there already.
And I wasn't too keen on having a kid. And then just remember, with all the potential negative things that you think about that a child will bring into your life, every once in a while, you hit the freaking jackpot.
I was 27 when I had my
Camila.
first, and I wish I started right off the bat. Boom.
Yeah, we say that though. We couldn't have done it. We didn't have the money. And you
don't need a lot of money.
You were 27, yeah. Yeah, you don't need a lot. But whatever amount you needed, we didn't have.
No, that's true.
We didn't have free clinic money. But just remember, every once in a while you get one of these, and it's worth everything. Next. Whoever sent these Oakley sunglasses into us, thanks, by the way.
What do you mean by do you remember?
Oh, I'm glad you brought it up. Today's the Thanksgiving Spectacular, day 3 of Do You Member? We're gonna take a little trip down memory lane and member things together.
Yeah, we are gonna
remember that.
If you were on last night, we were going on clips of the old days of the ministry. A bunch of you guys said that you like that, so we're gonna send it out to Brother Uche. And when we come back, we're gonna take a walk down memory lane together and member things. You're watching the Thanksgiving Spectacular. Take it away, Pastor Uche.
Kingdom of God, we have a weapon called praise. It backs the enemy up off of your life every time. Go ahead and open up your mouth and begin to bless the Lord. Come on.
Tell the final say.
Jehovah has the final say.
Say who has the final say?
Jehovah has the final say.
No matter what the doctor said,
Jehovah has the final say.
no matter what your business said, to you,
Jehovah has the final
say,
say.
I have no reason.
I have no reason to fear.
Say, I have no reason.
No reason.
The Lord, He is my life. He is my life. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Lord is my life.
Said, I have no reason.
I have no reason.
Say, I have no reason.
I have no reason.
The
Lord is my life.
Lord is my life. Yeah.
The Lord is my life.
Everybody, come on, let's join it together. Say, who has the final say?
Jehovah has the final say.
Say, who has the final say?
Jehovah has the final say.
No matter what the doctor say to you,
Jehovah has the final say.
no matter what the bills may say, yeah.
Jehovah has
Has the final say.
final say.
I have no
I have
Rita Haddon if you need her.
Yep.
She's
Anointed.
Yeah, I like her.
Woman of God.
Husband's great too.
Fiery.
Family's great. All right, little trip down memory lane. But before we do, you guys have that video I sent you on Twitter? Someone who sends you an email at 4:55 p.m. today. When someone sends you an email at 4:55 on the last day of work before Thanksgiving, go ahead, roll it.
By Devin Booker. I'm not sure that wasn't a foul. Wow.
Officials will use replay to determine if there's a hostile act or physical altercation that did not resolve after the foul.
Oh, there certainly was a hostile act.
There was a foul, and the ref didn't call it, so that guy came over. Oh, are Jay and Maddie here? They went to Louisiana or something.
I don't know.
See if you can get me the Asdrubal Cabrera thing from the Dominican Baseball League. The Dominican Baseball, they do winter. I don't know what the deal is, but even the guys that are in the major leagues that are from the Dominican Republic, like go back to the Dominican Republic and play in a league down there in the winter. They must just like love to play.
Yeah.
Must be.
So I'm talking like major guys that are, they play it all year.
I mean, that's a big liability issue.
But it's like a free for all with like fights and tempers and stuff.
Stop.
Oh yeah, finally,
That's real
Asdrubal
baseball.
Cabrera. If you look it up on Twitter, it should come up right away because it just happened.
Jay's looking for it.
I might find it before.
Rafa J.
What's his name?
Asdrubal Cabrera.
Asdrubal.
No, there's one guy.
Oh, I found it.
Who's the guy that has got really good
Asdrubal?
specs, but he's still like a rookie? His name is the craziest name I've ever heard in my entire life.
Asdrubal is pretty crazy.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
I mean, is that a Dominican name?
I've never heard. I want to consider myself a Dominican cultural expert.
But how would you even say Asdrubal in
Asdrubal.
Spanish.
Asdrubal.
Oh, here it is. Watch.
Tablazo tremendo de Castro.
Now watch. He did a home run and look
contemplando
like a
su batazo.
showboating and flips the bat.
Vuelve
Which you're not
a
supposed to
echarle una
do.
mirada
Watch the pitcher come over.
a la
Runs
cueva de
first.
Caribes.
Y ya saltan. ¿No?
Ahí evidentemente sí, saltan los peloteros de Caribes.
Boom.
¡Epa!
Airing of
Knocks him
grievances.
out.
¿Cómo lo
Airing of grievances.
intercepta Asdrúbal Cabrera con
That's
un
assault.
puñetazo?
That's not
Yes.
even like a sports
No,
thing.
no. That's
Y
not.
You
después
can get charged
Cabrera
with that
cae
if it
en
was
el
somewhere
suelo.
besides the Dominican Republic, where it's legal to drunk drive.
Oh my
Did you know that?
I didn't.
It's illegal or legal?
It's legal. You can have open cans of alcohol while you're driving, and it's a known fact
What?
that the police aren't patrolling the road after it's either 5 p.m. or 7 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
So you can
what's
do whatever
the
you want on the
mortality?
road. Oh, they have the highest rate of fatalities, like by far, in the entire Western Hemisphere.
That's too bad.
Wow.
You remember all the baseball players that have been killed over there in the off season, where you just hear they were in an accident?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's friggin' bumper cars after 7 p.m. down there.
What is when we were watching the MLB Network and they had like the this whole season about getting college kids like into the MLB? What is that thing called? Where you're like waiting around and you're like scoping out. Jay, when you're scoping out the like new players.
Use your words.
What is it? Yes, it's a draft, but it's like the early draft. Like, what is it called?
Combine. It's the combine.
It's the combine?
Where they come and showcase their talent?
Yes.
Yeah. What about it?
I was just watching it, and there was this one player that looks incredible.
Like talent or
Yes.
physical looks?
But
Because you're smiling like you.
no,
Well, you smile. It
I
wasn't
actually
like-
think he's busted. But like all the people, I'm smiling because of the MLB, like the hosts on there
Yeah.
were drooling about him. But his name is so insane that nobody could get it right.
Those guys are funny.
They are really
If you've
funny.
never watched the
I love
MLB
them.
Network, the morning show on MLB Network is the best show on television, counting my program.
It's true. It's sad that it's
Let me see that hit again.
over.
Well, look at the guy hit a home run and then show him up and then get plastered.
Vean el tablazo tremendo de Castro, que se queda
So
contemplando
you
su
don't do
batazo.
that.
Yeah, right.
Like
Vuelve
you don't,
a
like, walk and
echarle
carry
una
your bat
mirada.
and flip the bat. And he
A la
flipped it
cueva
at
de
their dugout
Caribes.
and
Ya
they're
saltan.
look, they're already
Ahí
like,
evidentemente
popping over the
sí,
thing.
saltan
Well,
los
he didn't see him. He didn't see him
¿Cómo?
coming.
No, blindside. That's assault.
Yikes.
¿Cómo lo intercepta?
You can get. There are things you do in
Asdrúbal
sports you
Cabrera
can
con
get
un
charged like
puñetazo?
criminally, you know.
Of course.
And that,
Y después
like
Cabrera
coming over
cae
and
en el
taking a
suelo.
full swing at a guy's head, blindside.
Yeah, blindsided.
makes me want to get interested in that league.
Do you remember?
All right, trip down memory lane. Let's get it rolling.
September.
Oh, wait. Back to me.
Oh, Camila.
Charles Tomarella said, play the Mets trumpet guy. Get that for me real quick. Jay would know what I mean. It's when Edwin Diaz, the relief pitcher, who hadn't given up a run in like 2 months, so they would play this trumpet song when it was time for him to like come to the mound. Then they got the actual guy that recorded the song to come and play the trumpet as he came out of the bullpen to pitch. I'm telling you, baseball this year, number one, it's the least woke sport.
Yes.
It's so...
Yeah, what's up with that NHL?
It's great. Did you see the tweet I retweeted from the NHL?
No, I didn't.
Trans men are men, trans women are women, and all this stuff. And it got ratioed so bad they had to turn comment.
Yes, I saw that. I did see that.
Edwin Diaz, live trumpet, might come up. This song gets you pumped. I was actually thinking about having whoever does this come in just to do that at church for the start of the service.
I wonder who it is.
When you hear the trumpet song, you'll know what I mean. It was awesome, and it was so ridiculous because the guy coming out of the bullpen, you have a guy do a trumpet solo. It took like 4 minutes from the time they went to do the pitching change till a pitch was actually thrown. There was like a concert. I'm glad you brought that up, Charles. While they're pulling it, let's take a question.
Gonna get up
Did we
out
go
of
through-
the ground because there ain't no grave.
What do I do if my church don't support my decision on leaving for y'all Bible college? Holy moly. What church would not support you coming to our Bible college?
I'd like to know which church before I answer that question.
I'd knee him right in the balls. That's what
All
I'd
right,
do.
next.
That was my advice.
This was a troll question.
Sharp knee to the... No, I don't...
I think
don't
so.
know.
Y'all Bible college? I mean, come on.
That was Dean Melissa.
No, it could be... What
was a
happens
troll.
a lot of times is churches want to like hold on to their people.
Sure.
So like if you're like a quality 19-year-old and you help out at church and
That's
then you
good.
say you're going to go out to
Yeah.
Bible college...
That's probably.
I think, unless they hate me, which could be a thing, but if it's not, a lot of times it's that. It's they just like, they want you to stay there and work, so I don't know. I'd like to know what their reason is. To answer that question, they should be able to give you a reason. Like, and if it's something like, we don't feel you're ready, that kind of, I don't know. I'm a pastor. I don't have that kind of control over people.
Well, you shouldn't.
Like if Ben, that's working here full time, if he
love
said
you.
like, "Hey, listen,
Love you, Ben.
I felt to leave here and go to a river.
I wish you the
wanna be
best.
like, I don't think you're ready for, like, yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
great. Thanks for helping me out.
Right.
You're not in charge of people's lives.
That's
Yeah.
good. I mean,
But I think people take that leadership role and manipulate people too. And there's
Yeah,
a
they
price
could-
that you're going to pay for that.
That's ugly.
You're not around to like control people.
No, God can't even.
And ultimately,
control
people are going to do what they
That's
want to
it.
do anyway. So why even try to?
Right.
100%.
You sow the word, and then people run with it or don't run with it.
That's right.
Do we have Edwin Diaz?
That's easy.
Now Timmy Trumpet
Turn it up.
takes center stage.
Watch this.
As Edwin Diaz gets ready
Turn it up.
to come in
The trumpet man.
looking for a
This
save.
is just the reliever coming
They
in.
not
Watch this
know?
big to-do.
They not know?
Turn it up in the studio. This gets me like amped.
So he knows that the live trumpet player is there or no?
Is this happening? Everybody can listen to this right now?
Yeah, I want to open our church. So watch this. Come on, ready? Here he comes. Get ready. One of your brothers.
Is he Puerto Rican?
I believe so. I'm telling you, I'll take a run at anybody right now. Look at Mr. Matt.
Look at him.
Right. I want this playing the whole Thanksgiving at your mom's house on like a loop.
Why is nobody dancing? Right, people.
You get some rich, like upper class people on the lower deck.
It's my southern slang. I speak it every day. I'm trying to get it poppin'.
Let me tell you.
It's one nation.
Trumpet.
My girls are stripping on these
Favorite is that guy.
And he didn't give up a run for like 2 months.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 39,
Edwin Diaz.
Ready?
That's the kind of energy right here that everybody should be having.
I want that guy on our worship team.
Me too. Find him. Get him. Try. Just try.
Listen how long this pitching change is. It's insane.
He looks like Daddy Yankee.
That's a cute Cheney, yeah?
Well, until last night, the Australian Timmy Trumpet had never attended a baseball
he's
game.
Australian.
Now he will get his first view of an Edwin Diaz save opportunity.
I love
That's
MLB.
the most insane thing I've
Let me
ever
tell you
seen.
something. Hispanic people made baseball so much better. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
They turned it into a party.
They sure did.
Insane haircuts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know who else made baseball better? It was back in like the 70s. Like white trash people made baseball better. Like
For sure.
Like all the white guys
Yeah,
with
just wanna,
mullets and
like,
like fake mustaches
without a
that,
doubt.
that were playing. They were drinking beer.
That's right.
In the
Little leagues.
No, in
Baby.
Major League.
Little leagues.
Chewing tobacco.
Do you remember
So
it came out that
filthy.
that Red Sox team, the pitchers that weren't pitching would have wings and beer, and just be like not even ready to play.
They're
Again,
living-
as a minister,
they're
I
living their
abhor
lives.
that. I'm just saying, it's an insane sport. It's the only
Love
sport that
baseball.
there's like fat guys
Yeah.
that are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm not going to watch that whole clip again. Just let me watch the beginning of it, because I love it. And I'm doing
Now
60
Timmy
hours, so
Trumpet
let me-
takes center stage
Timmy
as
Trumpet.
Edwin
So
Diaz
this trumpet
gets
guy
ready.
is Australian.
Can somebody
come
find
in.
out how much it is to get Timmy
Looking for a
Trumpet at an
save.
event? Just the name Timmy Trumpet makes me want to be his friend. Hey, Timmy
He's a
Trumpet.
DJ.
He is?
Yeah. He's currently ranked the number 9 DJ in the world.
So he's probably not that much money because 1 through 8.
There's top 100. So top 10.
That's pretty cool that as a DJ knows how to play the trumpet.
Have Kofi bring him back.
No wonder the guy was pitching lights out after this. I feel like I could throw 100 miles an hour right now. Meanwhile, I want to top 60.
I speak it every day. I'm trying to get it poppin'. Every way.
Edwin Diaz.
Nation.
50 to $100,000 to book him.
Get your money's worth.
Number 39, Edwin
I'm telling you. I could get a glow stick in my mouth and be at a club all night. I would wear this vest, no shirt.
Yeah, you got it. All right.
Whose grandpa's this? Come on, guys. Where's everybody going?
It just clears the whole place out.
I love it. First baseball game. Timmy Trumpet.
Well, until last night, the Australian Timmy Trumpet had never attended.
I'll tell you, if you're ever having a down day, I would throw that song on. Oh, and then Thanksgiving blender arrives. It's like being in heaven. Except Matea's here. All right. Memory lane. Let's go.
Yo, Timmy Trumpet's got it going.
Merry Christmas, everybody. So, once upon a time, goblins went on Earth in the sea.
We're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut that just now. That's has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, I remember this.
Christmas time is here.
Time.
Wait, where's the whole song?
It's really long.
So what? We have freaking 60 hours to film.
We have so much content.
Look at this.
No, I want to hear that song. I like that
This
song.
is when you went to India.
Oh, that's not the correct video.
All right.
Thank you.
Keep going. Oh, what is that? That's in India.
That's 20.
Oh, look, that's Tiffany Hammer, which is now Tiffany Hudson, who plays for Elevation. Look at Alyssa.
Mm-hmm.
What am I wearing? Not
Mr.
the, not the
Mrs.
flower
Samuel.
thing, but what am I wearing?
You're wearing, I don't know. I
Is that
think
a red
What do I have
zip
on?
up. I don't know.
I don't think I ever owned a red shirt.
Oh, you know what that is? That's your Manchester United zip up.
What's on under it? What am I
Sunglasses.
wearing? I look like a server at TGI Fridays.
Yeah, you do.
It's tucked in.
Next.
I'm very bothered by that picture.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Once upon a time.
Camille used to say Merry Christmas.
When on earth in the sea.
We're gonna
That was the whole staff right there. folks.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with anything. Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Christmas time is here. It's time to spread some cheer. It's food and fun for everyone.
Yo, Pat will not want to do it.
For something truly sublime.
How did we rope him into
Christmas movies, cookies, sledding.
Patrick is literally turning bright red in his
Patrick looks like somebody on next season of To Catch a Predator.
Look at this. He hated doing this, and then he would have been the star of the show every single time. Playing.
McCall's bopping.
Christmas time is here. It's time to spread some cheer. It's food and fun.
I was pregnant with Anna. I was like 9 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant.
We should put this on Daystar for Christmas. Guys, get this on Daystar before Christmas.
How did we get to Patrick Hill?
What?
Hey, it was cold out there. Yo, Rach was going hard. What year is this?
17.
Yeah. 27.
I still have that jacket. It's
That's a great
strong,
jacket.
bro. I have a hole on the elbow though. I need a patch.
Nick boy. She has
Damn, man.
food on her face.
Scooting the booty.
Ron finally made an appearance there.
What? Anytime we do some of this, you can tell Rachel had a pack. She like flips a switch. Look.
Yo, Rachel can hang, man. I love her.
Yeah, this blesses me. Jazzy, get it.
Get it, just get it.
We weren't even a ministry back then.
Christmas, everybody.
A gun? We were just like a collection of. That's an actual firearm. Hold on, play the last 10 seconds. That's freaking insane. We weren't even a ministry back then. We were like a functioning mental institution. We were like a mental institution that encouraged people.
Oh my
Last 10 seconds. Waving up at Rachel.
Yeah.
Get it.
Rachel tells her testimony. Years ago, I was in the world. No kidding.
But then girls got rhythm though, for real.
Look at Jess.
Got rhythm.
Jess, get it.
And then there's Jess.
That's the only that keeps going.
Then you're gonna wave a firearm for no. What? Where did that come from?
This whole string.
Holy moly! It's like weirder than Adult Swim.
It's so funny.
right, wait, let's keep the memories going.
All right, back to India.
India.
What year is this? 2017?
No, that's 2012 there, probably.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Is that precaution, Tina?
No.
But that's Tina on the right, and then that's another lady that was friends with them. Those were great meetings. Continue.
Next.
Me and Abel, where? That's a Friday.
This is at...
Yeah, for sure. Fitchburg.
This was right after... No, listen. This was in... What's the city with the... right outside of Dillsburg?
Allentown.
No, it was...
Harrisburg.
No, it was a town where there was a war.
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg. We were at Gettysburg there.
Oh, wow. Remember?
I had that on my phone, so I had
The
to throw
world's
that in
the
there.
worst place. If you ever hear me tell stories about that pastor that roasted everybody and said those super insulting things, he told Rodney Hard-Brown he's the only grown man he's ever met that still has his baby teeth on platform.
I mean, there was nothing that man didn't say to people. Let's put it that way.
He asked Benny Hinn in person. Hey, Benny Hinn, nice to meet you. How do you do your hair, in a blender? And Benny Hinn just walked away like crestfallen.
I couldn't believe it.
Look at his mean face. He had the meanest face.
Was he on Carmen? Did Carmen have a show?
Carmen would host TBN, and they had him on, and he had those pink shoes. The guy was just, man, it sucks he's gone.
Next.
We miss you, Brother McGinnis.
That was more behind the scenes from our first production. And I remember taking a picture with this because I thought it was like the most amazing.
State of the art. Why did you even need that? We were right next to each other. That room is like that.
She and I were communicating.
I think I was running. Who's on the floor?
That's you.
We didn't even have money for chairs. Hey, just sit in the install on our floor. Make yourself at home. Have a seat on the wood.
What year is this?
2012. So that was where I would run the production out of our office.
Well, there's our offering money?
This was my part. This is my second bedroom.
Was I pregnant at that point?
Yes.
It must have
No,
been.
but I'm saying that's ministry money.
No,
right?
it's not money. These
those
are
are
receipts.
Oh.
And this is this was the original office for Revival Today. This was my second bedroom in Oakdale.
That's right.
So this
We're
was
like,
right
dang,
before
look at this.
we had
got
to
your own
move.
office.
Yeah. Next. This is when Patrick first came on. He bought himself a cake. Congratulations on your promotion. This was at the oil fields or whatever. So when we had hired him, he went out and bought himself a cake. Isn't that funny?
That's amazing.
All right, I had to bring this in. Do you remember this?
Trump rally.
No, this was Call of Duty release.
What year is this?
This is 2012.
This is right in Thanksgiving. Was it right after Thanksgiving?
It's Black Friday.
No,
you
first
the
saw the line
after Thanksgiving.
You first saw the line. Yeah, there was other pictures where we drove up.
If you're watching at home, you saw the line, like, wow, look at people waiting to get into Jonathan's meeting. No, that's Jonathan waiting in the line to get Call of Duty.
Yeah. Next.
Wow, we played for a while.
Wow.
Wow, that's
This
my
is
little,
beginning
that's my little
2013.
bear.
Wow.
That's my little bowling ball. Look at all the hair. That she must have been 2 weeks right there.
Yes. She was.
Yeah.
Look at all of that hair.
Look
Next.
I could braid it at that point.
Yep.
Cam, you were the best baby.
Look at how happy you used to be.
Yeah, that was when I was.
Next.
Oh, that was a big
Pendel.
opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I thought, like, this is it. We've made it.
Shout out to Doug Sayers, wherever you are. Actually, that's the...
Hershey.
Still, it's up until this week. After this week, it'll be the third largest indoor meeting I ever preached. There's about
6,000?
6,000 teenagers there.
Dang, that seems
Next.
like...
At the Giant Center in Hershey.
eternity
Thank
ago.
you, Doug Sayers. This is Life Church in Washington, Pennsylvania. We're filming for TV. That's Matt Puskarich.
This was the day that was this the day that Mark Waba was
He testified.
Raised his hand mid-filming.
That's right.
Yeah, just so you know, I hired this company to film because we were going on television on Fox and ABC.
We don't have any pictures.
And in the middle of filming, the cameraman raised his hand and said, I have to say something. I was like, okay.
I remember being like, why?
Yeah. He goes to the church now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he had a powerful testimony.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he got filled with the Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost. That's what he was.
All right, next.
It's me preaching with Cam. What church is that?
I thought maybe you would.
I know her. That is the church over in Harrisburg.
Is it?
I know her. I know her face. That's her church.
Her hair.
It's right outside of. It's actually Carlisle.
Oh.
Yeah. This
When
is
I
a
was in
baseball
Africa,
game.
I bought this outfit, and then I would wear it around in the United
It's a normal
States.
day at the ballpark.
And I bought a bunch of fake gold chains and an African hat. And wait, before you go to the next one, yeah, and then those pink shoes that Brother McGinnis had. So I'd wear it around. There was a black guy begging outside of the Pittsburgh Pirates Stadium, and when I walked by, he looked up. He looked up with this like astounded look on his face and goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got a white boy who thinks he's a black king." And then so I wore it to the baseball game as a joke. There was a guy on our board of directors who was a CEO of a bank who had friends visiting. He's like, "Let me introduce you to the pastor." I had to meet all these people. I'm like, hello. I was kind of hoping not to meet anyone today. Next.
Our first office, that's 109. And that was my brother's office was to the left. I think it was me in the middle, Patrick to the right. I think that's how it went.
How many square feet?
900.
We thought we were killing it.
Honestly, that's beautiful still. I love that office design.
Next.
Your diary, we've barely been here a year, and it's time to go. It's time to step it on over across the way to a place that's about 2.5 times as big as this here place.
Where is this? That's at 109. So this is when we.
It's taking us up and up.
And
So-
that's
that's still 109. But like we were only there for a year, and then we moved into the bigger unit where we recorded
why do we
the
forget
Christmas.
these things, Max? We need to remember.
You need to
She
remember.
is remembering. She's
gotta
the one
remember
providing all the
memory.
info. You're the one that's forgotten.
A year. That was. We were only there a year. Next.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Camila, look at my little baby.
Where is that?
At home.
Oh my God.
Fell asleep mid pizza. Look at you. She looks like Cartman. She looks like Cartman when Cartman puts his head back.
She literally fell asleep. She's like, I'm done.
You respect my
I'm done with this. I'm done with this.
She fell asleep mid pizza. Talk about a food coma.
You always have that little stain there too. When you took us to a baseball game,
the Looney Tunes
No,
jacket.
that was an NHL. That was a hockey game. That was our
Oh, what did I
Christmas
say?
party. We went to a Penguin game, and I wore a Looney Tunes leather jacket from the '90s that my sister, as a joke, sent that to me. It cost her $500 because they don't make them anymore.
Next.
Kofi's first time seeing ice.
This is our first New Year's Eve.
It looks like it.
So we had this
You can
in.
barely tell Adonis was cutting Camila's bangs.
Was it Carlisle?
Yeah, we did do it out there.
We did it there. And then I remember we had this party, and then people just kept showing up. And we were like, it was standing room. So I remember there was people standing.
That's
there were so
right.
many people there.
And again, felt like we were killing it. It's amazing how the Lord gives you these victories like little by little. So like everything you just feel like you're crushing.
Yeah.
We packed the room out.
We did,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, it's like slightly bigger than a living room.
Like 75 people.
Next.
Felt great though.
That was Next. Again,
I
some of
literally
Jonathan's
hate-
shenanigans.
That was my $100 bill zip up tracksuit that I'd wear with
Your
shoes
fake
from the
alligator
downtown
white
suit
shoes.
store.
Remember
but look where I am.
that Christmas-
They would invite me back into the kitchen to say hi to all the cooks.
It
remember?
was such.
the guy that ran the restaurant was like, "Oh, hey, come back and say hi to
with
everyone."
the
I
outfit.
hate those
Yes.
moments with all my heart.
If you dress nuts, people remember you.
Remember that Christmas when we bought you a
locker full of freaking crap. Yeah.
That was that year. Next.
I broke into it supernaturally. Oh, this is it. This is the live.
The first live we
where
ever did.
that right behind Nick is the office. So we couldn't take calls. We had to disconnect the phone lines and everything.
Plus 2/3 of the workers had to help with the production.
Yeah, exactly. Jess, who's
look,
finances,
bring,
who's back
bring it
there,
back to
that
me real
range?
quick. Just take a small detour off memory lane. I was riding with Kofi. Kofi used to be my travel partner.
Mm-hmm.
And he was watching, he'd always watch like African ministers. So he's watching this African minister on Facebook, and it says live up in the corner. This is like 2015 probably. And I went, whoa, the guy's live? Because before then it was just uploaded, recorded videos. He's like, yeah. I was like, since when could you go live on Facebook? He goes, I don't know. So we look into it, and it was a thing that they had only rolled out to selected people. But I knew when I saw it, if they start letting you do live broadcasting on the internet, it's going to be huge. So find out what you need to do it, and we had it all set up. And the day you were allowed to go live on Facebook, we went live.
Ready, yeah.
And that's why that gave us a little bit of an advantage, which, not that I'm doing teaching moments or anything, but if you stay on top of like where things are headed, it helps. Because then we weren't playing from behind. We were one of the first. It's like Rodney was the first ministry that had a website. That's why he has revival.com. He knew it was coming out. Kenneth wrote the code for it, and they got on. 1996. So stay abreast of where things are headed and be the first rather than like coming in after a ton of people have done it.
True.
Continue.
These memes that are this guy's on it.
That was the day that I hired Rachel. Can't remember what the year that was.
What a
but-
mistake.
Oh, not true, not true.
Where is that?
The best day ever. That was in a restaurant in Robinson that's closed now.
What was it?
It was
It's a Japanese, no?
No, it was
I
guys, where
remember,
was that?
But I don't.
Something fork. I don't know.
Look at Adonis, you dime piece. I should have married you sooner.
Next.
Oh wait, Nicole Saunders,
Why
St.
do you
George's,
have sunglasses
Bermuda,
on?
$145. Thank you.
Wow,
And again,
Bermuda.
thank you for. Let me see the amount we have. Total offering. That's another phone number. $132,000 has been given during this Thanksgiving Spectacular. I thank you for that. I'm sending this book, my new book, Understanding the World in Light of Bible Prophecy. It's not released yet, but I'm sending it to you before it's released. As always, saying thank you for your giving as you give thanks to the Lord with your giving on this Thanksgiving Eve. Continue. Love spinning around because you fall down.
She just did that earlier today. Get it. She was always so shy. You were like the cutest dressed little girl. This is a good.
The worm. Doesn't have the abdominal thing. Oh, that's when she was dancing at the river. I had on those spiky shoes and a bolo tie with a tuxedo.
There we are.
Do you remember when you wore that tuxedo for Easter and we went to Walt Disney World at Epcot?
Yeah.
And you had those shoes? It was Jay, you, Nick, and Rom.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Let me see that last picture again. That's me and my dad at Grand Canyon National Park, just making my dad uncomfortable with my head buried in his bosom. Continue.
I love him.
All right, so this was 2012.
Why are you looking like that?
No, this was 2011. We hadn't moved here yet. And this was that Italian restaurant owned by Lydia's. This was Lydia's.
Lydia's Italy.
Is that
Out
open?
of business now?
Out of business.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That was good pasta, though.
It was.
Good bread. Look at that bread. Mm.
Next.
It was good pasta.
Stupid face.
So that would be
July
4th of July
2013.
2014.
2013.
Oh, yeah, she's newborn.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, that's when they first started connecting because she didn't really care for John for a while, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Most babies.
I'm
Magic.
an acquired taste even with my own children.
She would always cry when he was around.
Not only do all the viewers say, the first couple of times I listened to you, I didn't really care for you. My daughter, first few years
took
I
a
was around,
while.
I didn't really like you.
Don't say that to her. She
a
will
while.
cry.
I know. She's like,
I didn't. No, you're fine.
just
Next.
why is this even a part of memory lane?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't
Those
it be?
eyebrows, though. What?
I know.
Take it easy on the
You had a
tweezers.
waist. Just kidding.
Son of a God. How dare you?
Continue.
You're lucky I don't
That is a
work
beautiful
you.
picture with the roses in color.
Thanks, Dan Tedeschi.
Yeah, he did a good job. Me and that was on Camila's birthday. I finished preaching at on Sunday at the University of Massachusetts,
Amherst.
Amherst, and
UMass Amherst, right?
I decided
Or
spur of the
Dartmouth.
moment to charter a plane because I could make it back for Camila's birthday. This is when I started. Okay, for example, if we didn't charter this plane, I was going to have to fly home or drive home. I would have got home like at 11 or midnight and missed my daughter's birthday. So you think about it. My daughter could have this memory. My dad wasn't there for my birthday. Or you're not chartering a plane. You're spending $14,000 where your daughter remembers you were at her birthday, even though you preached. So I did it. So me and Kofi stopped at Burger King on the way to the New Bedford Airport in New Bedford, Massachusetts. We both grabbed the Crowns and some Whoppers. And I have that fur coat on. And we're walking on the plane and the guy goes, "What are you guys, rappers or something?" No, we're preachers. And he just looked very confused.
That's funny.
Me and Kofi had a lot of fun. Continue. What? I didn't see that.
He refused.
Get it? He's standing up.
Continue.
Introducing. Oh my gosh. That's my first video.
Can you do this
for me? Hi, I'm Adalis. We're going to be releasing a
so I was like,
new
sounds
video
terrible.
blog.
Because I
Stay
couldn't
tuned.
introduce myself. Mags was like, "Let me show you how it's done." Wow, that was all Rom.
That took
Rom pushed
remember
me.
that? Yeah, that took like an hour and a half just for
Literally.
You
Look,
to say
I
hi.
remember that.
Oh yeah.
Where they premiered their new season of video devotionals at a movie theater.
Yeah. That
And
was-
filled the theater.
yeah.
All 10
Rom was-
all 10 theaters. No, there's just one.
No. It wasn't full, but still, it was fun.
And it wasn't a theater, but the point is
It was a
it was
theater.
no, keep talking like backing it up. Next.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our weekly devotional, Valentine's Day edition for all my ESL students. And I just wanted to give you guys 3 things that you ought to be doing if you're not celebrating Valentine's Day. So if you're single, this one's for you. First of all, Valentine's Day. Just so that you don't feel guilty about hating Valentine's Day, all you single people, it was a pagan holiday anyway. It started off with the worship of the Roman god of who knows what. It was a fertility thing. Really, it started off as a pagan holiday, so good for you for not celebrating it.
What were you gonna tell me?
These were great. You guys' chemistry, people have tried to duplicate it, but there's nothing like it.
We gotta do this, Rom. We gotta get back on this.
Why didn't I get the memo?
I
would've
had
done something a
such a
little
blast.
I would have.
Look at, there's nothing like this nonsense out there.
Because
Wow.
you don't see much where people actually make each other laugh, and it's like real laughter. That's why the MLB Network morning show is so great. Hey, Rosalie, I saw I saw your comment and I got this. Loving these Thanksgiving broadcasts, they bring such a smile to my face. Honestly feel like a win for Revival today is a win for our family because we are so invested in seeing all the Lord does through your ministry. And you know what? You feel like that because it's the truth. If you watched last night's broadcast where I read Philippians chapter 4, Paul said the same grace that God gives to me, he puts on you. We're partners. That's what partnership is. We are a family. Like it or not, you are a part of this family. Love you, Rosalie.
Like it or
If you see your
not.
mother on Thanksgiving, tell her that we love her as well. Keep the memories rolling.
Memories. Go.
It's not Bible service.
This is
guys, whoa, is that you? Guys, is that you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she wasn't happy that we were on the screen.
That's good.
You have your
She
doll
wanted
as
her
a
own.
guest.
That's Corey. Yep, I see that. Okay. Whatever. Mama are spinning around a letter. And that was, it
They're
said,
spinning around a letter.
I hate those. Seriously, guys, I hate those. And there are so, and massive. Oh, church. They're friggin' ruin my Bible. I'm not gonna get, that is not Mama. And I don't care. That was crazy. All right, guys. I'm panicking.
I'm panicking.
Really weird. That's like, guys, I can't even do this slow. Do it and move it. I can't
What a
even
head
do it like
case.
an animal crazy.
Diva.
All right. That's okay because there's nothing. I can't believe that they did that.
You were very difficult to work with.
You're a little diva. I'm panicking.
No, panicking. Panicking. There it is.
And you got your little pulpit.
I
You
remember
wanted
that
that.
little thing.
You wanted a little pulpit to preach out of. Continue.
Oh, wow. Baby. They're gonna be like, not the show.
You look great today.
Hello, ICM lady. Hola, gracias a todos. Hola, chicas.
Pause. They made this promo for ICM in Laredo, but I remember hearing like it didn't go over that well.
No, it didn't.
Because it's like you write a line where like you're making fun of how you guys don't know Spanish, but then people take it like you're making
That
fun
is
of.
not true. This one was one of the most beloved ads that we ever
It's
did.
true.
Mom, true
No,
or
but
not true?
I'm talking when they played it at the church.
They said they laughed.
Yeah. Because they thought they were like mocking them, which they're not. They're Spanish, you know? But
Well, I mean, we had a hoot.
anyway, and this is why nobody can touch you two, because you, look at Adonis. That's her genuinely laughing. You don't see, they try to pair people together and they have to like fake kind of laugh at each other. You guys actually, I mean, you couldn't have better chemistry. There's no two people that have better chemistry. Play it from the beginning.
Hello, ICM
Whose idea was
lady.
this? This was a wrong
Hola,
thing,
gracias
wasn't
a
it?
todos.
Wait, pause.
Hola.
Nikki's laughing.
We're gonna play from the beginning. Just imagine this being played at church on Sunday with a huge sanctuary full of Spanish people in no way finding this funny. And it
I
makes
wish I
it
was
even
there. I
even
wish I
funnier.
was
Play
there.
from the beginning.
Hello, ICM ladies. Hola, gracias a todos. Hola, chicas.
What is that?
I am so happy that I'm going to be with you June 8th and 9th.
Estoy muy alegría. Me da mucha alegría que voy a estar ahí con ustedes en junio 8 y
Why
el
doesn't
9
Dallas
de
turn into
junio.
a ghost?
It's the only way to get the
It's going to be a great time in the Lord's presence.
Va a ser un tiempo muy alegre en la presencia del Señor.
And I am so
It's legitimately
very
trying.
much looking forward to spending my time there.
Y estoy mucho looking forward a spending time con ustedes, con todos. Vamos a pasar un buen tiempo juntos en la presencia del Señor.
I cannot wait to share what God has placed in my heart.
Estoy loca por enseñarte lo que el Señor ha ponido en mi corazón.
I'm on a different. I can't remember how we did it. I'm a different couch.
No, but I'm just saying, like, why?
Right? Why can't I just?
Like you're like a spirit.
Fantastic.
Y va a ser un tiempo fantástico.
Please join us.
Por favor,
It's like a cultic
acompáñennos.
It's not going to be your regular women's ministry.
No va a ser el típico
Conferencia.
No va a ser una conferencia típica como de lo que no es algo que no van a poder explicar. Es como es muy único.
So, I hope you can make it.
So, por favor, vengan.
Looking forward to seeing you there.
Estoy muy alegre. Nos
God
vemos
bless
muy
you.
pronto.
God bless you.
Que Dios te bendiga.
Bye.
Adiós.
Let me tell you, if we recorded something like that and put it on the new Daystar Spanish channel,
Oh gosh.
it would be the most viewed program on there. We should get it on air.
Oh Lord.
Now, commenters are saying that we're there at ICM at the time, that people were laughing. Is that true, Alexia? And the Salinas family was there. How was it? What percentage of the crowd found it funny? Would you
Probably
say?
all the young kids.
Like, really think back. Obviously, you found it funny because you like our ministry, but remember, like, what percentage would you say found it funny in the crowd? Next. Oh, yeah, that's a great picture.
Next. More awesome pictures. Oh.
That's when you do those little plays on the
Oh my gosh. That is
Pirate game. No, Penguin game. Camden Crusade.
Yep.
Backstage. No clue where I am. That's November 20. That's 5 years.
That's a
4 years
flight,
ago.
I think. I don't know. That's the opening. Oh,
Dedication
yes,
of the building,
dedication
Pastor
of the
Rodney.
building. Another crazy
Wait, keep that up.
outfit.
Me and Kofi would travel. He'd wear like normal clothes, and I'd wear like rapper clothes. And people would look at the guy behind that turned all the way around. That's in the Philadelphia airport. Like, what the heck?
Look at his face. Oh, good Lord. Look at Camila. He's got food coma.
Where is that? Orco Core.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah, I got a lot of memories.
This is West Virginia? West Virginia.
Yep. The amphitheater.
Next.
Oh, that lady that got saved got my name tattooed on her arm.
Oh,
Only in West Virginia.
That's amazing.
A J with a heart. Looks like it was done at the county prison. Oh, I knelt down to pray for someone or bent over to pray for their knees or something, and the back of my suit pants tore completely in half. This is in downtown. This is in the bad part of North Philadelphia. So I waited till everyone exited the building. I'm talking the seat of my pants were completely blown open. I heard a rip, and I was like, oh, no, please don't do what I think that is. And so my ASS was completely out in the breeze. So I had someone bring me over a modesty cloth, then tied it around my waist and walked to my car in downtown Philadelphia. I look like I'm in like a cult. Yeah, I'm holding a Bible. I have a vest, shirt, and tie, and a dress. I was like, wow, there's like weird
Who
things.
took these pictures? You?
I don't remember.
Was it Kofi?
She was with me.
I was definitely there.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, look at this one. I've got so many pictures.
Are you sending them in?
Yeah, I'm.
Where's that?
That's Scranton.
Fairless Hills.
Fairless Hills, yeah. Oh, Fairless Hills. That's right, not Scranton.
Pastor Rodney with the beard. Me
Yup.
and my dad went to go see him in D.C. or Baltimore. Together. Continue. We out of memes? Alaska. Hatcher Pass. With a jacket that's way too thin for that weather. That's me with an Anna and Elsa
Carry-on.
check-in carry-on. Traveling in style. Start of preschool?
Yes.
Ooh. Largest altar call in the history of our ministry at that time. 908 first-time decisions for Christ. Opening night, Vineland, New Jersey. Let me see that full screen again.
Yes.
I haven't seen that in a while. That was a killer night. Mayor Ruben Bermudez. There's Camden, New Jersey, the night the power went out. And that was 700 and some people received Jesus Christ that night. That was
Wow.
awesome. Israel Lugo, greatest Spanish interpreter on the planet,
Yes,
if you need
yes, yes.
I waited in line to do that.
Robbery, so we want to tell you something. RepublicDay.com. It's like amazing. You have to do something with me.
That's.
Is that our first magazine? Partner form.
This is the
podcast studio? Yes. And what will we broadcast on? Because this is pre-Facebook Live. It was like on Meerkat.
We were broadcasting on our radio.
Remember that?
And Meerkat, I think.
Yeah, Meerkat. Yeah, because that's when I first got hired. Meerkat was popular.
And I don't think there was like a live podcasting thing, right?
No.
No, we did.
Just on the radio.
Yeah, there was like very
Revival
few
Today,
things-
24-hour radio.
Even audio-wise, there was almost nothing you could go live on.
Yeah.
But we were doing our best. Whatever
For
you
sure.
could go live on.
Because we were
live.
going live on our 24-hour radio app.
Mm-hmm.
And people were tuning in. I mean, back then we had like 50 and 60 viewers or listeners live.
Which is more than we get on Facebook now with 91,000 followers.
No joke.
Because they
Isn't that crazy?
stomp it.
Next.
Our new app set to some baby making music.
The moment you come to Christ, His blood breaks every chain off your life.
Crazy.
What year was that roughly, Ron, when we made the app?
2016.
Wow. Pretty great.
Next.
Continue. Oh, first time going to preach in prison in Butler County.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's talk.
Color my
We
hair
want
like
to hear
that.
from you. Come on, give it a try. So if you like what you see, turn off your TV and do it.
Give it a try. And the party, the party.
So, are you guys gonna? Does it end there? Or does it go anywhere else?
If we go, it's fun. It's fun. Come on, it's fun. Come on, it's fun. And then it goes into this 4 more times. Come on, it's Friday night fun. And then it's
Friday night fun.
Friday night.
So
There was so much effort put into this. But
I mean, an insane
a ton of
amount
people
effort.
watched, though, remember?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one more try. 1, 2.
At the time, it was our most viewed
We want to hear from
broadcast.
you. Come on, give it a try. So if you like what you see, turn off your TV and do it.
All right.
Rob taking it so seriously. There it is. And at the time, there was nothing like this. This was all live.
No, this was
So
right.
we had.
This was.
Come on, it's fun. Come on, it's fun.
This was right when Facebook Live first came out.
Right. So we were thinking about like we wanted to do like an SNL kind of thing, but nobody wanted to come in on Saturday, so that's the reason why we did it on Friday night.
Let's talk. We want to hear from you. Come on, give it a try.
Because what we wanted was engagement from the viewers. Because beforehand, we'd never had any engagement.
You guys wrote a song?
So this was,
recorded it?
yeah, we wrote a song and recorded it, but it's based off of Zoom, which was like an 80s PBS show.
Come on, it's fun.
Come on, it's Zoom. Come on, it's Zoom. So it's the same music.
It's Friday night fun.
It's like a whole ministry that's on drugs.
I'm Nick.
I'm Rachie. I'm Adalis.
I'm Patrick.
I'm Adalis.
I'm Camila.
I'm Rob.
Friday night
That was an actual move. That was for, I think that was pre-recording for Friday Night Fun as well, because we had some type of like race.
Do we
that
have the
people had
actual
to-
Friday Night Fun episode?
That one's a really long one.
How long?
very, very long.
It's like 2 hours.
How long is it, Ron?
About 2 hours.
Maybe we'll play it tonight.
But yeah, the whole idea was to get people to engage with us. Yes.
Yeah, because people were like, "You've lost your mind. I'm pulling my support."
Boba tea with delicious boba.
Yeah, we were giving lots of stuff
And that was
away.
back before there was an algorithm to like
Correct,
clamp
because
it.
that's what we wanted. We wanted to see how many people.
Thanks,
we could
Matt
draw.
Arrigo. Mark, $100 donation on Facebook.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Can you fast forward ahead to where I know you guys did like a music video on it?
So this is the headed to the race.
Oh, the race. That
And
was it.
This is what,
Right
yeah,
now,
one of the,
we
and
are
then they
on
could,
our
the
way
viewers
to get
could
some boba tea.
could place their
Thanks for joining
bets,
in
like
on
who won the
FNF.
race and at what time, and then whoever got the closest, like, would win a prize.
Some house
Oh my gosh, we did
rules.
cooking,
I'll try to find
cooking
project.
on this.
Let me tune to this, and you know what, guys?
Jay was all in.
Rome wasn't created
We're going to be working on the volume. I'll try to project.
Volume's fine.
But until then,
It's this mic. You
Operating on
oh, I see.
mic.
It's the
Rom's trying to
So
tell us
until
which
then,
one
if you
we
are a winner
talk
for
into.
tonight's on tonight's show, you have to email us at info@revivaltoday.com. Email us from the email address that you use on your Facebook account, because that's going to connect, and that way we can basically prove that it's you.
Oh, the race. I vaguely remember this. Let's go.
Old and slow to do anything. So be back after.
Trying to be born.
Are you the
Where
other
did this
one?
take place at?
Okay.
That was Settlers
FNF.
Park.
These guys weren't like kicked out.
Charlie's going to be versing Byron in a unicorn race.
I feel like a flag person.
Okay.
This is all about the horses, and it's not about the jockey.
You know my
All
name,
about the
not my
horses.
story.
Not about the jockey. We're just tools, right? In the potter's hand.
Amen.
Isn't that right?
All right. Whoa.
Riders ready? 3, 2, 1!
I have the best time. And then so now people would respond.
What year was it?
Come on, Charlie is the winner!
Where was the win?
Charlie.
I feel like everyone lost.
Charlie did it!
Sore loser. Not happy about her win.
For a mile and a half, she kept walking.
Let him graze. Let him graze.
This has major like Adult Swim, Tim and Eric vibes.
She's still going.
She's still walking. How far is she gonna walk?
Oh
my gosh.
She's still going. And it hurts
Yes,
herself.
there's cougars! There's cougars!
Oh man, if she falls.
There's cougars.
This is better than I expected.
Listen, I've been working overtime all freaking day.
Go to the
upset.
food.
I don't want an interview.
The food thing.
Especially with her.
I don't know what I've done to my hair.
Second place is the first place.
What year was this again?
So it's
2015?
tough to be in Jess's
16?
position, but I've never been in
16 or
second place, so
17.
I'm not sure what that's like. You know.
That really was like, I mean, there was. I hate
And
to
the
be
winner
like the
is
person that said this, but there was nothing like that.
Pause. You know, when you think that was 5 years ago, 5 years is an eternity. Like in a way,
For-
5
for
years
how
goes
we keep
quick.
things
Then
up,
another way,
yeah.
that was a long time ago. That feels like a different lifetime, and it was only 5 years.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Next on the memory. chart.
Mems.
T as in
Grow a tail.
Go insane.
No,
Grow
this is another one of the
tail.
games.
Throw a hanger.
Grow a tail.
I can like kind of hear you.
Oh, okay.
and that's it.
Is that time?
So that
Always being honest and upright.
I know what I'm doing, and this is going to be incredible.
this actually looks like the antithesis of
play
Disney
on
Culinary
what was
School.
this,
Actually.
the Chopped,
So
where
good
you
job.
give them a bunch of random things to make
All
a
right,
meal with.
so here we have Jay. He is pits and all.
Patrick
He is
moves like an
working on
AI trying
something
to
about a
make a
cherry
human.
My sous chef isn't here yet.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like MIT
Go ahead,
making
Jay,
a robot.
and
human,
there
where it's
it looks like he
almost
is
looks like he's a
toasting some
human.
bread. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Does because
Yeah,
of his
I'm-
Can I
incredible
surmise
posture.
that
Yeah.
you're
That's the reason why.
Yep.
Because
I'm going for the cherry reduction with a little enflage on the on the
Like
bread.
if it turned out Patrick had rubber skin and like a cyborg skeleton, I'd be like, I should have known.
Of the thing that
V for vendetta. Victorious.
Wow, this is such terrible production.
But in a way, it isn't.
It's endearing, is what it is. Yeah, for what we were doing, I was gonna say for our
Who is
age.
that? Oh, it's McGonis and Rachel? No, it's also McGonis.
to myself.
You were so mad at me because
I wanted to get it over with, and you kept laughing.
Go full screen.
Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
I hated the fact that you took it so serious.
I didn't know this.
Something wrong with zoom in on your dumb face.
Because right now, every time he'd zoom in, it was because Mahadi was losing it. So most of this video is my dumb face.
Tell it on the mountain.
You gotta look it up in the original so that you know what we're talking
Tell it on the mountain.
I hope not.
Jesus Christ is born.
Your dumb wig. That was an Michael Jackson wig. That you cut up.
The one, yeah, I cut it up to make it a mullet.
Shepherds fear and tremble below above the earth. They rang the angel chorus. They herald our Savior's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
And I'm not. Look at me.
Jesus Christ is born.
I don't know. I must have been on crack that day.
Tell it on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain.
I was committed though. That's how much I was committed. Like I was.
Tell it on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain.
Your idea.
Carmina said that was my sister at church choir.
Wasn't it you that bought all that?
first night we're building the studio. This goes there. This goes there.
So what's happening here is I'm recording the Airbnb so we knew exactly how to put everything back together because we were building the set for the studio in Asbury Park.
Can they hear you or only we can hear you?
Only you guys can hear.
Can you make it so they can hear you?
Yeah.
Do it. Tell them.
He was moving the.
While he's getting it set up, James in Gainesville, Florida, family prayer, good job and financial breakthrough, wants to see grandbaby Saria. Kathleen, $500. Thanks, Kathleen. Whitney from Weirton, West Virginia, $90. Thank you. Nelson, Redding, California, $160. Clell, Alabaster, Alabama, $125. Matala, $500. Thank you. Mary Angela, $15. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, you're on, Ram? All right, let them know what that video is.
Go ahead and play it. So Nick and I would film the
Plant we gonna use
Airbnbs
goes there.
that we were recording in.
That
because we
goes
wanted to remember
upstairs.
exactly
That
where everything was placed because we would move everything around to build, to build the studio.
I see. Because you weren't allowed, in Airbnbs, you're not allowed to move any of the furniture. But we would broadcast from a lot
Turn
of the
it into a
Airbnbs.
studio,
That's great.
Actually, the broadcast from there saved our bacon because we were almost out of money and went and got that symphony hall, and then a lady did #donate like 18,000 or something, which was huge at the time. Huge. Next.
Roast ready.
Oh, okay. So Pastor Rodney, they wanted me to roast the people that were at his 60th birthday party. And when I sent it to him, Pastor Duncan wasn't going to play it because she felt it would hurt people's feelings, but Pastor Rodney made her play it anyway, and then played it again Sunday night at church. You were there? Why are you smiling so big? What did you like about it? But some people weren't laughing. So here, if you know anybody down at the river or just a lot of ministers in general, this is some of my best work. My nephew Jay and I wrote this up in about 30 minutes or less. It was actually a lot of fun to do. Roll it. Hi, everybody. As you probably know, I'm Jonathan Shuttlesworth, Pastor Rodney's best friend in the whole wide world. And I wanted to come by video to wish him a happy 60th birthday. And Pastor Donica asked if I would also greet some of the people that are in the crowd. So I'm happy to. Number one, it bothers me that for his 60th birthday party, there's not one famous person in the entire room. I looked over the whole guest list. And let's just put it this way. If that building burned to the ground, the newspaper headline would be, Rodney Howard Brown and others perish in fire. It is good to see Evangelist Ankit Rambabu here. Ankit just finished preaching in California, but was able to make it back in time by chartering a flying carpet. If you make a phone call to Dell Computers later today, and it takes longer than normal, it's because they're down a man. Ankit, I don't want to say you're tiny, but you don't look like a preacher. You look like a trophy for best preacher. Basil Howard Brown was unable to be here today. He's busy in Fort Worth pretending he's a cowboy. Great to see Roy Fields, famous worship leader. Roy Fields, you look like Jessica Simpson midway through a gender transition. Congratulations on getting banned for life from Disney World. He did. Because you go to a you can't ever go back to Disney. Basil was unable to make it, but Pastor Rodney's brother, Gil Howard Brown, is here, or as everyone knows him as, the other brother. Good to see Richard Moore. Richard, they do make hair dye in human colors. You look like an anorexic leprechaun. Alex Burgos is here. Jackie Krosky's sister. Good to see Eric Mears. Eric Mears is the only preacher in the room who buys his clothes at AutoZone. Pastor Shannon and Pastor Jason, good to see you both. I just feel like I should get this off my chest. I've been coming to the river for 7 years and I still can't tell you apart. You can hear you laughing through the wall. Don Clowers, Theo Walmerons. I'm sorry, Dr. Theo Walmerons. I want to get a corrective letter for leaving out the doctor. Don Clowers, Theo Amarons, Becky Cruz, Bill Prankard, Bob DeAndrea, Debbie Rester. I've seen younger faces on Cash. Tom Lapley's here. Tom, a lot of people say you're a big, angry redneck. James Levesque. Good to see you, James. James, if you don't know in the room, James just started a church in Florida. He's been having a lot of Asian families come to rub his belly for good luck. Mark and Marta Cabrera, the deans of the school. How about a round of applause for them, everybody? They've been at the river for over 5 years. They would have been there even longer, but their raft was delayed. Cuban. Pastor Bob Nichols, I love you. You're my friend. Apostle Brandon Spiker, glad you could make it. Apostle Brandon Spiker's there. I don't want to say he has small meetings, but his last meeting was held at a fitting room at Old Navy, and there were still 3 empty seats. Blessings, Apostle. Corey Ehrman, the only person the Muslims ever gave back, didn't want him. Said, you guys can have him. Pastor Rodney, now to the man of the hour. I love you very much. I'm sorry I couldn't be at that 60th birthday party, but like I told you, the court was pretty strict about the child custody hearing stuff. Inability to change the date, and if they would have moved it, I'd have been there for sure. But I love you. Nobody's believed in me more than you. And of all the people I've ever known in life that went to jail, you're the best. Happy 60th birthday. And to everybody else that's in the room, in all seriousness, I meant everything I said today. Have fun, everybody. That was fun. Next, as we continue to stroll down memory lane for the remaining.
Lane.
Hallelujah.
What the hell?
You are born.
She's a spit screen that she holds herself, like a ping pong paddle. Where are we there? That was a big deal. Oyedepo's meeting. Yep.
Wow, great.
Next. So when I met Bishop Oyedepo, that's at his office outside of Lagos, Nigeria. Great, great man. Super kind, too. Continue. They were seeing him live down in D.C. Continue. Me and Adalis in Switzerland. Me and Camila at a Starbucks for some reason. I don't know, I'm so bundled up. Continue. That's preaching in Switzerland. That is at the Kiryandongo refugee resettlement in northern Uganda. First time they ever saw a white person. Lots of people were coming up and just, they'd stare at me and then slowly reach and touch my face. Like, oh yeah. Yeah, they were all from South Sudan, rural South Sudan, so didn't get a lot of visitors. I got that one video of me showing that kid Camila on my phone. They were just like blown, like video and stuff. It was cool. Continue. There's Dawson, Pastor Donica. Oh, that's my first night preaching at that place in northern Uganda. I swear it was completely demonic. The sky was totally clear.
You're going to see it in a second. I sent
Oh,
a
it's a
couple
video?
of other things. Yeah, I think I got like a clip of.
The sky
If I
was
didn't send it to
completely
you,
clear.
Ron,
I'm talking
tell
like
me.
Arizona blue, not a cloud. And then right when it was time to preach, this one dark cloud rose up, right? And then like hailstorm.
No. You, go next. You'll see. Look at the sky above. It's pretty clear. And then this.
Monsoon.
Like knocked over the sound equipment. Like it was no longer safe. This is before there was torrential downpour.
But it's coming.
And they didn't move. See the sky? Just that one cloud?
You can see it's changed even since the video started.
Didn't you lay hands on everybody?
Totally demonic, man.
Yeah. When we got to the hotel room, we had church.
Almighty God. And I'm going to pray
Pause it
before we
real quick.
begin.
This is the day after.
Because that's the day after. So when they showed, go 2 pictures back, the one before the video. So when the rain came, I hopped in this flatbed and in the pouring rain, and I'm talking pouring rain, I preached anyway.
They whisked us into the bus because it was so bad.
And I
Everyone
came out of the
was
bus
soaking wet.
and preached to the few people that stayed.
There.
And,
Didn't you lay hands on every single person? It took like a long time.
So the next night, I told them, if you bring whoever you bring, I'll lay hands on. We made up for it. There was like 3,000 night 1 and then 8,000 night 2.
But they brought us back into that thing because it was literally
It
the
was
bus
dangerous.
was shaking.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like insane. So go ahead to the next one you had it on.
Lift both hands to the Almighty God. And I'm going to pray before we begin. Heavenly Father, great I am, Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Where's this?
Same place. That's at the evening.
Oh,
right
there it
when
is.
you were preaching.
Oh, that's the night before in the rain.
Yes.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
I tried with the pictures, but that was the only thing.
Oh, it was amazing you could even take a picture.
It was so dark.
Continue. That is
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia. Bishop Thomas Ariste, great guy. Whole church filled, and then tons of people outside the church. Great meeting. Love you, Bishop Thomas Ariste. If anybody knows him, tell him I love him. Where's that? Also St. Lucia or Barbados? No.
Back one.
Oh, it is Camden. That is... That's the Magic Johnson movie theater in Los Angeles. No, that's... Where did you say it was?
That's the Kirindango. That's when you laid hands on
Oh,
everybody.
yeah, laid hands on everybody that wanted prayer. Several thousand people.
And we're not happy about that.
Nah, just those guys on the trip, not the leaders. Boom. Continue. Yeah, I laid hands on everybody. Took what, 2.5 hours? 2 hours? I preached on the baptism of the Holy Ghost. Send those guys to me on my phone if you haven't. That's Maui. And that kid in the blue tank top was deaf in one or both ears, and they came open, and that's what broke that's why there's a church there today. You know who Pono's aunt or mom was at Pastor Rodney's
Recently?
2 weeks ago when I was there.
What?
Yeah.
Lacar Tolentino, I forget what the...
Montreal?
Stella.
Yes, Miss Little Stella. Camila. Camila working. Started her young. Camila flying an aircraft.
Yeah, at a military base. Yeah, it's a military plane.
Look how cute. She always looked like $1 million bucks.
Has a great mom. Did a great job. Where is that? Fairless Hills? No.
Uh-huh.
It is Fairless Hills. Oh, that's for prayer. I'll tell you where a ton of people came for prayer. It was at ICM in Laredo that one Sunday morning when I asked if anybody wants to have hands laid on. I had a 3 o'clock flight and almost missed it.
Sent that picture there, but I don't know.
That was a lot.
No, that was the...
That was like 1,700 people to lay hands on. Continue. Jay graduating from high school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's up in Framingham. Next.
Camila and Anna.
That was the best.
Camila was so grossed out by Anna's feet. It was hilarious.
Continue.
She would swallow hard.
Thank you for your free fruit.
When Camila prayed for you, if you wouldn't go down, she made sure you went down.
More and more.
Camila,
Okay.
go.
Okay. There's a place I'm ready to buy. Mustard flowers in the morning too. it's a secret paradise.
Just ignoring her. Her only crowd member.
Everybody swing the dance
Just gonna
for
pretend
you.
the crowd's not here.
And here comes my other bee.
No,
Where
Ellie
the
wants to just like
birds
her.
have you've ever seen. Yes, here comes my other bee. Where the birds have you've ever seen. Yes, here comes my other bee. Where the birds.
Miracle Week, right?
Yeah. Rented that room. There's like nobody there. So we just had a good time.
I learned a lot.
Oh, Vidotional launch.
Oh, that's at the movie theater.
Yeah.
For taking time out of your busy schedules to
Keep
come
going.
and watch it.
Let's go rapid fire. See when we can get there. 2017 New Year's. Continue. I guess we had more people there than I remember.
You can walk. It's coming down. Hey, not Dad. Not Dad, run. What? Look at Trevor's saying. Not
What'd you say?
the bag.
Which bag? I don't think you came with your bag today.
Do you have toys?
Do I have toys? We can go see.
Next.
We'll check to see on you.
Christmas trivia.
Next. Next.
Oh, look how young you guys are.
Next.
100 days.
Me and Pastor Rodney doing the morning broadcast at the William Penn Hotel. Next. Jesse?
Ooh, we're at 8:17. Just went up 6. I don't hear nobody in this Baptist church. Wish I had somebody on the organ right now. Okay, thank you. There. Ooh. Ooh, felt it on the inside.
Very recent memories. Next. That's it.
it.
So we got through all the memories.
Wow.
All right. Oh. I really do like the Revival Today meme page. I got to tell you that. They do a great job.
They do
Very
a great
funny. 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock tonight. 1 hour before your day gets away from you on Thanksgiving morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then Adonis and I are off to Ghana, West Africa, to be with Bishop Dag Haywood Mills and Joshua Haywood Mills at their church, First Love Center in Accra, Ghana. If you're in West Africa, find a way to get there, and I will see you. For myself, great job today, Magalis.
You too.
Dallas had to check out a minute and a half early for some reason. Camila, it's great having you next to me.
Job,
We're going to
man.
go celebrate Thanksgiving a day early. I'll see you back on. Don't miss tonight. It's going to be off the hook, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Until then.
Wherever you are right now, you're believing for a miracle. Throw your hands up towards heaven and say this out loud. I serve a miracle working God. The miracle working God is right here in this broadcast. And whatever you are believing God for, just know that the miracle working God is able to do far above you could ever ask or think. The miracle working God can do anything. And He is right here with us right now. He's a miracle working God. Miracle working God. He is the Alpha and Omega. He's a miracle working God. Let me sing it again. Miracle working God. Oh, He's the miracle working God. He's the Alpha and Omega. He's a miracle working God. Sing it again and say it. Miracle working God. He's a miracle working God. He's the Alpha and Omega. towards heaven as the music plays right now. We worship the King of Kings. We worship the King of Kings. Miracle working God. Throw your hands up towards heaven. Receive that financial miracle.